It compressing, man. 3.5 hours. Do this together, man. It starts with us. It ends with us.
Hey, no cheers!
Thank you. God bless. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you, God bless, and thank you for coming. Control the controllables. Y'all see it. Man, episode 2 just dropped. So we gonna do the reaction review and see it. It's gonna be a blind reaction for me because I haven't seen it yet. And I figure it'd be nice to share it with my brother, Raider Juan. What's good with you, my brother?
Hey, what's good with you, man? Blessings to everybody. I'm in the same boat as you, man. I haven't peeped it out. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want it to be a raw reaction. You know, sometimes I say I like it. Sometimes I say I don't like it. So we'll see what's going on with this one, man.
Yeah, for real. Sacktown Raider Mike, what's good with my brethren? What's good with you? Thanks for hacking in with your people. Man, before we get into it though, man, some information just got dropped. Laffy Taffy just got dropped, man. Lucky Tossie is no longer a Raider, man. So what you think about that? How you feel about that?
Hey, it is by me. That was one guy that I thought was definitely going to be a guy that they were going to try to either stash somewhere. They were going to make room for that guy. I think he has so much upside, you know what I'm saying, with all of his physical tangibles and stuff like that. He was very raw, but I think that, there was definitely room for him to get into a place for us. We're still looking for in my opinion, I think we're still looking for a nose tackle. This news might lead to some other news that might be rumbling out there, and I'm hoping that it might be that situation. But I'm I don't know, man. I kind of want to say I'm kind of bummed out that they didn't even let him go through camp. That's kind of something that's telling too. Is like we didn't even say, hey, we'll let you see how things go through camp. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what is there some things behind the scenes? Is there some underlying things that in the locker room that we're not going to know about? Whatever it is, performance, whatever they're looking for him to do, they felt like, hey, we need to try to look at some other people because they did. It wasn't just they waived him; they brought in some other corresponding guys. So they're trying to move things around. So we'll see. Who knows? He might pop back up. You know what I'm saying later on. The football is not started. Anytime soon. So we got a couple of weeks and a couple of months until we have to really break down the roster, and we'll see. He may be a practice squad guy. Who knows?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, but he he wasn't the only person moved. There were a couple of people that got moved, and like you said, they brought in a wide receiver, they brought in a linebacker, they released a linebacker and a wide receiver, and Tossie, but they brought somebody else in too. I can't remember who it is, but uh, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, did they let him go early enough where maybe he can report to another camp? Give him a chance to make his way on another team, give him the, respect to give him the time since they didn't allow him to go through the camp, which kind of shocked me. But, I don't know what it is that they're looking for. Like you said, it could have been some underlying things. It could have been some things that they were asking of him and he just weren't able to hit those metrics or whatnot. I don't know because that D tackle position is something that is very sensitive to us as a team right now. Is it they brought in Benito? Is it that maybe he's already showing that you know, or they have confidence that maybe he's more closer to what they're looking for. I don't know. Everybody looking for Vinny Vetti Vecchi, you know. The D tackle in Tampa Bay. Is that where he played now? Tampa Bay? Because I know about him. Vita Vea.
Yeah, Vita Vea.
Yeah, I know him, but I don't know his game like that. I mean, I
Mm.
know he's solid, but I didn't know until I was talking to you about all the connections that he had to this team. So I see a lot of people are very excited about that. What do you think about that?
I mean, there's like I was saying, there's plenty of 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 lines. He's a Bay Area kid. Again, you can almost say he's from the 408, pretty much same
Hmm.
area code. San Jose. Actually, he went to Milpitas High.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? I know some of his family members and stuff because San Jose and Milpitas is really it's in the same area code. Um, and obviously he knew of the Oakland Raiders. What I'm saying, and went to Milpitas High. But even further than that, when you look at the team that he got drafted by, which was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he was also a guy that is came from Spytek. So Spytek knows Vita
Mm.
Vea and the pieces that he can play and be a part of. What I'm saying, in regards to this roster. As far as I'm concerned, we're definitely in need of a nose. I'm not into Bonito like that. And to be honest with you, Benito, I guess we're gonna have to roll with him unless we bring in somebody like a Vita Vea, who is a clear bona fide starter. And again, he's requesting the trade. What I'm saying? I'm looking at maybe throwing maybe a third, maybe a fifth at him, and making a play for it. But we'll definitely see if we'll make a play. He's definitely made it clear that he wants to be on the West Coast. He said California, but he also threw out the Raiders specifically. So
Oh yeah.
there's definitely some connections, and there's probably even more connections that I'm not even bringing up just on top of my head of Vita Vea. But he's definitely a nose that we definitely would love to have here with us.
Charm City, what's good with you, brethren? Thanks for hacking in. All those that's hacking in too. Knockout Gaming, thanks for hacking in. Um, yeah, and also a player I'm sleeping on this guy myself, Cleveland. I don't know a whole bunch about him. I haven't heard a bunch about him. Maybe that's even a good thing, right? And so maybe it's something in there they might be confident with him. I'm not sure. I'm just throwing out a bunch of things. I'm doing like everybody else do now. I usually don't do this, but I'm throwing stuff at the wall and I'm trying to see what sticks. That's why I got you with me to give me a good direction, at least to throw, or tell me which wall to throw at, or should I throw it at the ceiling? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but one thing I do know though, if we do get Vita, that is going to be an upgrade, and I think that's going to rise our ceiling, well, at least our floor, uh, higher to a ceiling that we can have a higher ceiling because that was really something that we really want to address, and we seem to minimally address that. So I don't know. I'm excited, so I'm gonna just wait for a day or two to see what goes on and cross my fingers and my toes and my eyes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what we get. But I do want to get into the. I do want to get into this episode. It's 45 minutes long, but I'm here for it, and I'm excited.
Yeah, but even with Vita Vea, like I think we all talked about, going into the draft. We all, I wouldn't say all of us, but a good majority of us were definitely talking about how we wanted to get a nose. You know what I'm saying? To
Hmm.
solidify the 3-4 defense, or the 3-4 shell, or however they want to
Right,
classify it as. But definitely, whether it's a shell or whether it's that's actually what we're going to be running, you're going to need somebody right there in the middle of, what I'm saying, a nose, and not just somebody that, we can put in and put an Adam Butler there and act like he's going to be
right,
a nose tackle for us. We don't need to have somebody that's not really a nose tackle try to play nose tackle. We just need
right.
somebody that actually is a nose tackle to fit that bill. So I'm hoping they're trying to see how much it's worth to make that trade. I'm with it. I know that he's a little older. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people have questions in regards to bringing older guys over here, but I think in this situation, yeah, you go ahead and bring him over, give him a short contract, and again, make play at it. 2-3 years, maybe possibly. You know what I'm saying, on his contract. and roll it out. Because again, if we want this defense under Robbie Leonard to really get going and really get kicking, you need to have some anchors, and having Max Crosby on that D line alone ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So having somebody like a Vita Vea next to a Max Crosby is going to create some problems where you don't have to necessarily rush your young guys out there, and they can be rotational guys and fill out our defense even better. So I hope they're trying to see how much their price is in the window.
Yeah, a third and a fifth. I'm with that. I mean, I get that he's older, but the thing is, like 2 or 3 years, that's all we need because we'll find another one in that time, or we can develop the one that we have, or whatever. Because we'll clear out what we don't need. Because that's clear what we're doing. We did that to Tossie. I mean, he was a fan favorite. So I mean, it's not about feelings over here. It's apparent that we have a plan, and we're trying to execute that plan. And I love what I'm seeing out of our team right now. So let's see what they on, man. Let's see what our guys is doing because I'm getting more and more excited. Not because the season is getting closer. I'm getting more and more excited because we're making competent decisions. I mean, at least when we see things that we're doing, we're not, hey, what the heck was that? Like, what we doing? Like, what? Like, we're not, it's not that. Matter of fact, we've been so spoiled this off season because we've been making so many competent decisions that when something small happens, like we almost bougie with it already. Like we have an expectation, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because we were sitting here thinking that we were going to get 4 wins and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, y'all okay with that? So we're raising our expectation for a good reason. So let's see what they're talking about, man. So here you go, episode 2 of Behind the Shield, brought to you by the Raiders.
And Spytek ain't playing around either too. So it's already been put out there. It's already on record that he's requesting a trade. So you ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta give up a first or anything like that. They're just trying to get something. So
Right.
you know, Spytek's going to play that. I said a third and a fifth. You know what I'm saying? That's probably as high as I would go. I'm leaning more just a third, but who knows? It might be, hey, we're going to give you a fifth and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants out. It's not necessarily that, you know what I'm saying, that they're wanting to give up him. You know, he's requesting, he wants out. So they're going to try to get whatever they can.
Yeah, 4th and a 6th, whatever. I'll take it. Bro. I'm here for it.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
Let's go.
Let's focus our energy on the things that we can control.
If you're the Raiders looking at this is incredible.
Purple, what's good with you, brother?
This is basically one of, if not the greatest offseason for a single team in NFL history.
This logo, this team, this organization, everything it stands for, the commitment to excellence, all that really means something.
The moment we've waited for, the words we've waited for.
The sense of calm and conviction in that room, that we had done the work, that we had done our jobs, that it was not a coronation.
The Las Vegas Raiders select.
Let's do it!
Welcome to the Raiders.
This was a critical offseason for us to start building this, this organization and this franchise in a manner in which we really want. It was a small time frame, and it was about a month from when the staff was fully hired to when free agency started, and then another month and a half after that to when the draft began. But I think we accomplished a lot in that small window.
we have every resource that we can want or need to get our job done at a high level, which is a credit to Mark Davis and Tom Brady. That whole group has been outstanding for us.
As a personnel department, what we're trying to do is just continue to stack good decisions.
We want to be able to look back and say, like, we were a part of the foundation of what was next. The goal is to hold a Lombardi trophy for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, I'm not going to top it a whole lot, but one thing that I just heard, other than the Lombardi trophy, is stack good decisions. We need to stack good decisions, and we've been doing that, and let the results be the results.
A puzzle isn't defined by any one piece, but by the way they all come together. Every setback reveals a lesson. Every challenge presents an opportunity. As they say, control what you can control and trust the process for everything else.
Las Vegas Raiders are hiring Andrew Janocko.
Andrew Janocko is in line to become the Silver and Black's offensive coordinator.
This role to me was really special for a couple of different reasons. The history of this organization, the history of the Silver and Black. You see that shield, this logo, this team, this organization, everything it stands for, the commitment to excellence, all that really means something. If you get a call like that, that's truly special. I think we know each other inside and out, good and bad. We can feed off each other. We can play off each other's strengths. We can help each other's weaknesses. I know where he needs help. He knows where I need help. So it was something that you can really build through wins and losses in this league, through time, through the good stuff and the bad stuff together. That's all stuff that you realize that those relationships really matter. More detailed we can be with our offensive philosophy, whether it's the quarterback listening to his feet, whether it's the receivers getting their right depths on their step, all those details matter, and that's where offenses are built. With the attention to detail, with the aggressiveness of coming off the ball, and just ways to attack defenses downfield, in the trenches, and outside on the perimeter.
I want to see that today.
Rob Leonard has been promoted to the defensive coordinator position in Las Vegas with the Raiders.
Leonard has been with the Raiders for 3 seasons and has worked closely with Max Crosby, who posted on social media calling it legend.
I feel like I've always been meant to be a Raider.
Maybe you've never read before. It's got to come from your heart, because that's who the I am. That's how I operate. You guys with me? Tunnel vision like we talked about all day. You with me?
Robbie deserves all the credit. You know, he's put in the work, like you said. You know, his unit, the D-line, has performed well since he's been here.
Settle down, all right, and just make the plays that come to us. Everybody good?
I tell the new players coming in all the time, I'm like, that Silver and Black's different. It's sometimes fun to be disliked.
Let's go hunt. Let's go hunt.
I'm a player at heart. That's what I want to do. And I'm very driven and motivated by how I would have wanted to be coached, how I was coached. You know, the guys that affected me, I always think about that.
The passion with which he coaches with is palpable. He's one of those guys that will literally go through and do the drill he's asking you to do, right, with energy, right, to be like, I'm doing this in shoes.
Right.
So I need you to do it in pads.
Hey, get the ball out quick, though. You guys let me get the ball out quick.
I've learned the most in my career from players, and he would be right at the top of that list. It's just fun. And a guy that's chasing to be great, and literally for a guy that's, in my opinion, going to be a Hall of Fame player, having conversations as I'm just as proud of whatever role I've had in helping Max develop as a leader. Just as proud as that growth that I've seen him have since I've been here.
One of the best coaches I've been around, and we ended up, being a top 10 defense, and that's what we want to be. We want to be one of the best defense. We want to be great.
In a shocking move,
Baltimore Ravens take a huge swing and bring in the Energizer Bunny, a guy who's considered a GOAT, considered a great. He's obviously been the heart of a Raider and the pillar of the Raiders organization since he got there. Now, going over to the Baltimore Ravens feels like a perfect fit. Honestly, feels like a perfect fit. This morning, Dana Orlovsky said,
Good evening. We begin with breaking news out of the National Football League. The Raiders believed to have pulled off one of the biggest trades in recent memory, sending Max Crosby to the Baltimore Ravens. It is now not happening. Fox 5's Vince Sapienza is in studio breaking down the latest here.
Where are you learning how to deal or prepare yourself for like the biggest psych in NFL history?
I think every day you show up to this job and there's things that come up that you couldn't anticipate coming up. You get to a point in your life where you're prepared to be kind of caught off guard or deal with things you didn't expect. We try to control what we can control, and I don't spend a lot of energy anymore worrying about the things that I can't control. I promise you I did when I was 25 and 30 years old, and it's not a good headspace to live in for anybody, especially me.
Control the controllables. Where does that come from, and was there a lesson throughout your career that made you 100% vested in that philosophy?
It didn't come from my professional career, it came from my personal life, and it came from my daughter, Evelyn. My wife and I, when we went to start a family, we felt like we did everything right. We controlled everything we could, and then we were dealt a hand that we never saw coming with the virus that she was born with and the ramifications of that for our lives and more importantly for her life. But the more we focused on the good and the reality of our situation, our daughter's situation, the more progress we were able to make and the happier we were and the better parents we were. We let go of all the things we couldn't control. And so I would say my daughter taught me that. Patience and perspective.
The only certainty in life is change. Some changes we welcome, others we never see coming. But every challenge leads to growth, teaching us we can't always control what comes our way. But we can choose how to respond. And more often than not, what feels uncertain becomes the very thing that leads us where we're meant to be.
The number one team with the amount of cap space in the National Football League were, in fact, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Pretend like you're signing on the paper there.
I'll get you signed.
We are now officially in the afterglow of the first waves of free agency and in watching Raiders GM Chef John Spytek cook a little bit. Go ahead, call him Guy Fieri if you'd like to.
The Raiders make their move and get Tyler Linderbaum.
How would you describe your play style?
Physical, tough, relentless, just trying to play to the whistle and as hard as I can.
Do you have a message for Raider Nation?
It's going to be lit.
The Las Vegas Raiders are signing.
It's Liddy in the city. He's a player, and he can ball.
Oh, he caught it! The Las Vegas Raiders also reached agreement with the Kobe Dean.
Hey, what's up, Raider Nation? Kobe D here. Hey, I'm excited. Let's get this work in. Raider!
Now, Kobe Dean that kid is smart, and he is a leader. This is good stuff.
Raiders are bringing Quay Walker into the fold here over from the Packers. This is a guy that has, put up a lot of numbers.
So when the time comes, I can promise you I'll give 100% effort, no matter what.
Delivered, intercepted. Quay Walker's got it. Looking for blocks. Walker still on his feet. Walker still going, looking for the end zone. Quay Walker is in.
Former Colts defenseman Kubiak is signing with the Raiders for a 3-year, $48 million.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. I'm willing to put all my teammates first. Willing to sacrifice, make sure we get the win.
Woo, baby! And hit for a loss by Quiddy Pay. Quiddy Pay, the exclamation point for the Colts. Powerful, he can just run you over.
Connor Hayward signs a 2-year deal to the Raiders.
I'm ready. I'm excited. It's going to be a process, but we're going to come here every day and work.
Touchdown! Connor Hayward on the receiving end.
The Las Vegas Raiders have re-signed pass rusher Malcolm Cruz. I could not be happier seeing this.
Eric Stokes, re-signing him at corner, outstanding.
Raider Nation, happy to be back. Man, it's been a blessing. I can't wait to go ahead and spend another 3 years with y'all. And I'm going to get it. Raiders!
This is incredible. This is basically one of, if not the greatest offseason for a single team in NFL history.
Focus in on the NFL where the Raiders are signing quarterback Kirk Cousins.
Cousins will be an absolute pro in terms of how he prepares. I love it. I love it. I love the history between Kubiak and Kirk Cousins.
Cousins throws, caught, touchdown, Anderson.
Touchdown, Vikings. Cousins floats it, looking, he's got Mooney.
What a throw by Kirk Cousins.
Does it feel good to have the silver and black on?
It does. It's such an iconic logo, iconic jersey. So to get to be a part of it is a real privilege for me.
I think you're going to see a very large increase in technology in here. We're going to have LED boards around over half of the room. We're going to change the lighting, some furniture, some cosmetic changes like that. But we really want it to be a place where it's kind of inviting for everybody to meet and collaborate. It's really geared at making the communication between everybody seamless. And that's also like using technology to help the information come to life and get us hopefully at some good decisions on players that we want to add to the Raiders.
Looks like it's massive.
We have flexibility to put anything anywhere. We have 59 different video sources we can take in, and then we have 83 feet of screen space. It's about 58 million LEDs in here.
This hopefully is one of the most technological rooms in the league, and it allows us to really organize all the information that we have. Really allows us to put the information in a way that we can help the decision-making process.
So when the coaches come in, it'll be kind of a quick intro to the player, but we're not going to get into our vision for the player or anything like that right away. Like our involvement will be driven a little more by Spy or by coach. Like if coach asks a question and Spy may be like, okay, Kyle, what did you think when you saw him or something? But we're more here to kind of learn from them and get their evaluations of it. And then we'll have more of our discussion once they're gone. Everybody good with that? Good, sir.
So we have our own opinions of the players, our scouting group, and individual area scouts, national scouts, me, because I'm evaluating 400 plus players as well. And then the coaches are evaluating, let's call it the top players at each position. What do you feel like of the player? What's the vision for him? What would his role be? And then we integrate that. And when it matches up and it aligns with how our scouting department and John Spytek see it, with how the coordinator sees it, the position coach, those are the guys we try to prioritize. So we will start with the quarterback group. First guy, Fernando Mendoza, 6'0", 236, 464 estimate at Indiana. He's a Cal transfer.
Really proud of this kid. As the season went on, he kept seeming to get better and better and better. It built the team's trust around him. His work ethic is unbelievable. He's a living football office guy. This guy's a total team guy. We'd be extremely happy to have him in this building as our franchise guy.
Trey Zune from Texas A&M, played primarily left tackle and then also played some center this year.
This guy's been high level in all areas. This guy's wired the right way. He's already a pro with the way he approaches things. Has very good football smarts, pretty much to be able to know all 5 spots on the whole line.
He's a good leader. He's incredible in the community. Like every single week he goes and feeds the homeless. Downtown Raleigh, but he's just a polished dude. Everyone loves him. Never misses practice.
He is willing to learn. He understands his rawness. He understands some of the lack of detail, and really he's only able to play 1 year at Auburn. So I think with that coaching, that development, that technique, he does have the athleticism, key recognition, ability to recognize down, traps, pulls, hi-hats, those sort of things. There's little ways to go, but I do really like the person. He's willing. He's got humility about him.
This guy checks all the boxes. Great person, good, loyal dude. Pretty chill, laid back when you sit down with him. But he's a two-time captain. He will be vocal. That's just not like his personality. Innately to go out there with the loudest guy in the room. But he's a selfless teammate. He's played a bunch of different positions for them. His football intelligence is very good. He's played dime, linebacker, strong safety, special teams. Zero issues here.
Ball production, you can't deny it. 9 career picks. He has really good instincts. He's patient with his press technique. I think he has really good awareness in zone coverage. He's going to bait some quarterbacks, and he's going to go get it.
Hall of Famer Eric Allen's good to be back with you guys. You ready?
Yes, man.
I've been ready.
Oh, it's so exciting to be here. You know about this day. So many lives will change in a couple hours here, but excited to be here with you guys.
The numero uno, first round pick, man. You know, that's where I thought I was going, but it ain't work out like that. But I'm here excited.
You are first round pick.
You are excited, man. It's
going
going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun.
It is, and the Raiders have 10 overall picks. It doesn't just stop at the number 1 overall pick, an opportunity to completely rebuild this team. Could it be Fernando Mendoza? Could it be something different? You never know. We've all covered a lot of drafts.
Where the Raiders are at this point, again, free agency is supplementing what they hope to do in the draft. You know, they understand that they're building this thing through homegrown players, and homegrown becomes through the draft. Those 10 picks, wildly important. I know everybody wants to be quick to grade, you know, the draft class that was.
The draft is special to me because it's such a unique opportunity to build your team in a way that you choose. I think you choose the kind of people you want to bring into your building. You choose the kind of athlete you want to bring into your building. It takes a massive amount of coordination between so many people, coaches, scouts, operations, and it's a ever-going process all the way up till the day.
Welcome to Pittsburgh and night 1 of the 2026 NFL Draft.
The moment we've waited for, the words we've waited for, to put the Raiders on the clock and officially open the 2026 NFL Draft, the 91st NFL Draft.
We promised ourselves, we promised the owners, we promised the fans that we would be open-minded, we would be collaborative. It was no coronation. We did it like we would do any other pick, but we knew ultimately whoever that person we decided was, we would get them. Ready? Let it rip.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
Hello? Fernando.
How you doing?
John Spytek, how you doing?
I appreciate you calling.
We're going to be thrilled to make you the first pick in the draft here and welcome you to the dark side.
Thank you so much.
So we
Thank you so much. Can't wait to prove it,
yeah, I know you'll do it. And, you know, this is an acknowledgement of what a great college player you've been, but a bigger statement on the belief that we have in you, that you're the right guy to lead this franchise going forward. And, you know, every step of the way you've been exactly what we're looking for and what this franchise needs. And we are so excited to welcome you to Las Vegas and can't wait to get you out here tomorrow. But enjoy the party and the celebration with your family tonight. You've certainly earned it. And we'll see you real soon. But there's a lot of hard work. There's going to be tough times and challenging times ahead, but we know you're up for it, and you're going to be awesome here.
Thank you. Can't wait to get the reward.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to pass you over to Coach Kubiak, but again, enjoy the night. Congratulations. We're super proud of you, and big things to come, okay? We need your best.
Sure. Love it.
Hey, Fernando. What's up, man? Coach Kubiak
How
here.
you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. Hey, congratulations. Really excited for you, okay? Now, it's going to be a lot of people telling you a lot of great things tonight, and you earned all those things. But just remember, man, when you get here, be humble and be ready to go to work, all right? You got to go earn a job like everybody else, all right?
Yeah, I'm excited to get to work. Can't wait to learn.
You earned this, man. You deserve this. All right? Now just come here and be yourself. Sound good?
Will do. Thank you so
All
much
right.
again.
All right.
Can't wait to
Congratulations.
prove it.
You got it, man.
Thank you again. Bye.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
Mendoza reaches way first and goes diving for the end zone. Touchdown! That's where he won the Heisman Trophy.
He possesses everything that you want to see in your quarterback.
Mendoza hands up. He keeps getting back up. Just a great competitor.
The future with Mendoza looks bright for Raider Nation.
Way to go, man. Appreciate you.
First overall pick would be, it's probably the least suspenseful first round pick I've ever been a part of. But at the same time, it was one of the most, if not the most exciting picks I've ever been a part of. And to have that moment finally get there was a moment that this organization has waited for a while. And to be able to be in that draft room and experience that with a lot of people that worked really hard to make sure that he was the right person for it was special for, I think, everybody that was in there. Overnight, there's always a lot of urgency that can be created throughout the league about coming up, going down. And we just take the calls that come, the options that we have as valuable. And we try to make decisions based off of that. And I think that's kind of the dispersion part of it too, is if we think we can trade down a little bit and get the same player or a similar player and acquire more valuable draft capital, that's a strategy that we're willing to be a part of here.
36 and 117 for 38 and 91. We all feel good about it? You can be rolling in the third. Hello. We would do that deal that we discussed. Yes, sir. Okay, we'll call it in two. Thanks. Okay, got it. 36 and 117 for 38 and 91.
Back in Pittsburgh, we are 3 picks into round 2, and we've had a trade. The Raiders were scheduled to make the 36th pick in this draft, but the Houston Texans have jumped up a couple of spots.
This guy's standing out on our board. He's the last red player. He's an instant starter for the defensive guys.
The Las Vegas Raiders, who of course selected Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall yesterday, set to make their second pick at number 38.
All right, JV, call.
Hello. Hey, Trade and John Spytek with the Raiders. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. You're about to be a Las Vegas Raider.
Thank you.
We are thrilled to get you, man. We've been a big fan of yours for a long time. Your leadership, your play style, your intelligence. You're the exact kind of guy we need right now. So I don't have to tell you that you got to bring your best, because I know you're going to get it. So just come up here and be you, and be a great teammate. We're looking for great teammates. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to pass you to Coach Kubiak, but congrats on becoming a Las Vegas Raider. And Mr. Davis would like me always to say, welcome to the dark side.
Thank you.
Hey, Trade, Klint Kubiak, congratulations.
Thanks, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man. Welcome, man. You can be a captain here too. I know you've been a captain 3 different times. We need another captain here. What do you think?
Whatever you need, Coach. I got you.
All right, man. We believe in you. All right, congratulations. Hey,
thanks, Coach.
Hey, here's our defensive coordinator. All right, Coach Robbie.
How you doing?
Trading, what's up, man? This is Robbie Leonard.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You fired up, man?
I'm fired up, man.
Fired up, man. Your tape's fun to watch, man. We got a good vision for you. You know, won't be asking you to just play with that same nasty style of play you already do.
Yes, sir.
I mean, enjoy this moment with your family. I'm excited to see you in person, brother. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to get out there.
Thank you.
With the 38th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Traden Stukes, defensive back, Arizona.
Stukes, that's that man again. Stukes bringing up their down. Inside the 10, Stukes may have it.
In right.
Oh, is knocked down. Diligent downfield, and it's intercepted to the corner. Batted away by Traden, tipped away at the last second, and he is dropped. Just a nice job by the corner. Intercepted instead. His path to the sideline is intercepted. Traden Stukes.
was fun.
Great job,
That was
dude.
fun. I love trading. I love
Way to
trading.
pick up
I
the
love
pick,
trading.
too.
We got 2 more picks today now.
So you got 2 picks.
Las Vegas is on the clock.
Where's Robbie at? He's at Crawford. I like the edgy, violent guy. I like it's the right kind of guy versus the guy we really need.
All right, here we go. With the 67th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Raiders select Keiron Crawford, defensive end, Auburn. Welcome to the Raiders.
I never played a snap of football.
We did a formal interview with him at the combine, and then we brought him in for a 30 visit too. So we basically hit every touch point with him, and continued just to have affinity for the person he is, his football makeup and toughness. You can feel his intensity, his passion, and his self-belief in conversations with him.
Hey, Key.
Yes, sir.
This is John Spytek in Las Vegas. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You still got that silver and black outfit?
Hell
you showed
yeah.
up in? Hell yeah, you spoke it into existence, man. You're
Yes,
gonna be a Las
sir.
Vegas Raider.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You need to bring that energy and that growth mindset that you got, right? Always getting better. You're still ascending.
Thanks, coach.
Enjoy the time with your family and welcome to the dark side.
Let's do Key, it. you ready to roll, man? Hell yeah. Hey, Hell edgy yeah. pass rushers, man. You came to the right spot. Tell you that. Hey, I'm coming to study and learn and work. You are. That's all you got to do. You just work. You're gonna be straight. You with me? Let's do it. Let's do it. Fired up. You're going into a great room, man. Great room. You just
Hell
gotta
yeah.
be ready to learn and work yourself. All right.
I got you, coach. I
All
got
right,
you,
brother.
coach. I got you, coach.
Go enjoy this moment, brother. Talk to you later.
Is all over it. Keiron Crawford under pressure again, and he's taken down. Keiron Crawford with the sack for Auburn.
Davenport, and it's intercepted. It's Keiron Crawford.
Here's Hardy trying to find the outside and find the 3rd and 7. Martin, no sir.
Keiron Crawford as the pocket collapses, and he is taken down. Big play again. It's Keiron.
Shield player, 4 for 4, maybe.
We have a tier system to where tier 1 are going to be the culture drivers, like we talked about, the guys that are not only leaders, but they're going to raise the bar and raise the level for everybody in the building. So what we want to do is we wanted to add what we called a Raiders shield to a group of players. Every area scout, every national scout, and all of us executives got to pick one player. We went through and we had 19 players that we gave shields to. And then our goal in the meeting was to make sure that we add as many of these players as we can.
Zoom. You're going to go Trey Zoom here.
With the 91st pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Trey Zoom III, guard, Texas A&M.
He's a rare guy with really good size, high-level makeup, and a ton of career starts in multiple spots. You'll see certain games where he'll play center for a series and then go to left tackle for a series and then go back to center. Not a lot of guys mentally can handle that within games, within series, to go spot to spot.
Hey, Trey, John Spytek in Las Vegas. How you doing, my friend? I'm doing good. You want to be a Raider? Oh, you're going to be a Raider, man. We're big fans of you, your game, your versatility. So we need your best. And we're going to figure out where to play you when you get here. But we love that you can play all the spots, and you do it game in and game out. Text Buffalo just to see. Be fun to. There's no way.
Well, day 3 of the draft to me is no different than days 1 and 2. It's strategy and how to get the right players in the building. Trades up, trades down, however you can get and build the best team possible is what we're after.
Thanks for riding or dying, man. Ride or die.
That move up with the Bills to start day 3 was all about, obviously, Jermod McCoy. We knew if we could get the 101st pick, we would get our guy.
All right, there's no reason waiting around. Let's call him. Let's get him moving here today.
To select who we thought was one of the best, if not one of the better players in the draft, made a lot of sense to us.
And the suspense.
You know, we could have sat there at 102 and hoped that he was there, but, you know, my calls with the Bills suggested that we had the ability to move up, which obviously is what happened, and it was a move that we were willing to make to assure that we got our guy.
No risk it, no biscuit, as BA used to say. Hey, Jermod.
So how you doing?
This is John Spytek. I'm the GM in Las Vegas. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Well, you're going to be a Raider. I know it's been a hard couple of weeks and probably a really hard 2 days, but we are thrilled to welcome you here. We've got a great program. We've got a great plan for you, and we're going to take great care of you, and you're going to be a great player for us for a long time. Okay, believe that.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
We just need you to bring your best and be excited. And you know, it doesn't matter where you get your start or where you go. It just matters what you do with it. And you got a great opportunity here with a lot of great coaches and a lot of great people that are going to support the hell out of you. And we're going to take great care of you. Okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You got a lot of people there with you?
Yeah, I just got my close family here with me.
Okay.
Your friends.
They ready to get this over with and get you on the team?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. We're super excited to get you here. I'm going to give you to Coach Kubiak here, but welcome to the dark side.
Jermod, congratulations. It's Coach Kubiak. How you doing?
Doing good, Coach. Appreciate you.
Hey, it doesn't matter how you got here or when you got here, but you're here, man. We believe in you. There's a whole team of coaches here and medical staff that believe in you, and we're just excited to work with you, man. All right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Love watching you play the game. All right. Jermod, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Coach. How you doing?
Man, I hope you're as fired up as I am to get you here, brother. I know it's been a long road, but I'm excited, man. Couldn't come to a better place.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Enjoy this time with your family.
With the 101st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Jermod McCoy, defensive back, Tennessee.
Into single coverage and intercepted by Jermod McCoy. One-on-one, broken up. Jermod McCoy knocked it away. Dangerous. Rusted shot. This one's going to be picked up. Melrose intercepted along the near sideline. Jermod McCoy.
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Mike Washington Jr., running back, Arkansas.
Hey, Mike, John Spytek with the Las Vegas Raiders. How you doing, man?
150th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Dalton Johnson, defensive back from Arizona. Raiders!
Hey, Dalton, John Spytek in Las Vegas. How you doing? Hey, Zeke. This is John Spytek with the Las Vegas Raiders. How you doing? You want to come to Las Vegas, be a Raider? All right, love it. Well, we need you to be here, and we need you to be fast, but we need you to be a great teammate, work hard, some punt returning. You up for all that? Well, ultimately, the goal coming into the draft is to make the Raiders better, and I think we did. Now, time will tell. We're excited about the guys we drafted for a lot of.
My bad. Who was that they said about punt returning? Who was that?
Really good reasons. But now it's on us as an organization to support them, to develop them, and it's on the young men and the young players to come in and do their part too. And it's not just about them. It's about the totality of the team. But we are just thrilled to welcome these 10 young men and a bunch of undrafted free agents into the Raiders organization.
D Menace in the building. Was good, brethren.
It is official. Fernando Mendoza is now a Las Vegas Raider.
A really big day for all of Raider Nation. Fernando Mendoza has been who the Raiders wanted since they knew they were getting the first overall selection.
Hi, my name is Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Las Vegas Raiders.
My college career was very blessed, and it was a great, very significant career. However, in the NFL, I'm on the bottom of the totem pole again, so I'm really looking forward to proving it every single day to everybody in the building.
Well, I knew when I had conversations with Coach Kubiak how process-oriented he was and the details and intentionality that he has in the offense, marrying up the run and the pass, letting the quarterback be the point guard, make the checks. I knew that would be a great fit in what I believe is a fantastic offense, if not the best system in the NFL.
Wow. Love that. Let's go. It's ready to go. Give me the ball. Here we go. This is great. Oh, this is awesome. Cool.
My mom and my dad have instilled a lot of great leadership qualities in me and my brothers. And to be able to have that guidance from parents, I've been extremely blessed. My mom, who battles multiple sclerosis, she's a smile on her face every single day. And to see her unwavering optimism and her leadership in my family, I set a great role model in my eyes. So I always try to carry that forward, try to have an unwavering, optimistic approach with belief and be able to do it every single day.
The moment you've been waiting for, yeah, Fernando Mendoza!
I think there's a sense of pride to see all the work come to fruition and to have an opportunity to add who we believe are 10 great men to the organization from the draft pick standpoint. And then maybe I give myself 24 hours to play golf and decompress with my family, and then you realize that the job doesn't stop. There's a lot more work to do. And the draft is a huge, vitally important part of building a team, but this job that I've learned, it really never stops. When you sit where I sit and you realize the responsibility that comes with having this job and the entire organization counting on you and the people that you work with counting on you and the fan base counting on you, we show up again on Monday and we're ready to do our jobs.
There's a standard. And that's the standard he set. And, you know, if you want to be great in this league, there's a way to prepare, a way to practice, a way to work, a way to be connected as a team. Everything starts with Klint's leadership.
I think it's our job as coaches to set expectations and to give a detailed plan and to see the players executed. And because on Sunday, everybody's job's on the line and we're counting on everybody. So it's just important that we're all held accountable. We know what the standard is, and we go execute the plan.
This day, I'm trying to become the best version of myself so I can best serve my teammates down the road. I believe the team is very connected, and it's a young core. It's a young core, so we're all able to mesh together, and we're all learning and growing together.
Got to finish strong here this week, and then we just keep building on it over the summer and into training camp. So, you know, so much ahead of us, but it's been good to kind of get a foundation under our feet here the last couple months.
The foundation has been laid. The path forward is simple, but not easy. Control what you can control. Because when the focus never wavers, progress becomes inevitable. And the Las Vegas Raiders are on their way.
Let's do it. Raiders on three. 1, 2, 3. Raiders.
All right, there we have it. Hey, let me just say this, man. I don't know if you guys seen my full intro with the phone calls and all that. It's kind of right on par with what this episode was. Remember, I did my intro before I even seen this, so great minds is thinking alike. I'm starting to we're starting to be in alignment. These goosebumps, I keep telling y'all these goosebumps. I done had goosebumps in the last 2-3 weeks more than I've had probably like half of my life, for real. I'm really inspired about what's going on about this team. And the only thing I really hate about this is that my dad passed and he not here to see this, because this is right up his alley. This is kind of what he envisioned for our team, and what he was waiting on. But we gonna rock out for him this year, and all those that didn't get to see this. But that's why even more reason why you should be excited about what we're witnessing, because this is the changing of the guard. Like I said, you win championships from the top down, not the player up, and it's obvious that we're doing the right things from the top down. Juan, what you think about the show, man? What you think about what they talking about? Oh, you're on mute. Yeah,
Look,
you on mute.
look, I,
Yeah.
look. I'm gonna give y'all a little insight on what I do during the regular season. I don't just watch the game once. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even watch the game twice. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I even break it down at least 3 or 4 times. And this little film, you know what I'm saying? I got to give it a good grade. You know what I'm saying? I really like what they put together, you know what I'm saying? Quality, but also the reason why I'm gonna go back is because there's some things in there that you can really dive deep into. And I'll just tell you 2 things. Maybe you want to do the same thing that I'm about to do. First of all, I'm gonna dive into Spytek, because the whole theme and the title of this movie or film is Control the Controllables. And that wasn't something football based. That was something that he deals with at home. Hey, look. I ain't one of them ones, but you know what I'm saying? I wasn't crying, you was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That type of, if you know what time it was, you know what I'm saying? You know exactly what it was, you know what I'm saying? And that just shows you even more of the character of the GM that we have. And because he has that character, he's not going to tolerate, you know what I'm saying, bringing in guys that ain't close to, you know what I'm saying? He going to keep people in the ballpark, you know what I'm saying? All the guys that he brought in, you notice they all kind of fit that character. You know what I'm saying? They've gone through some things, they've endured some things in life, and they're in this position now. You know what I'm saying? And Spytek had an eye for those type of guys. Second is when they were sitting with the scouts and they were actually talking about the specific players that we drafted. When they talked about, I got a little bias. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a little bias on Keyron Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And the things that they said, about Keyron Crawford and what he brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? And they were just going down the list of all the guys. Obviously they were talking about the guys we drafted. They ain't gonna talk about guys that weren't drafted. But when they went specifically and they started talking about each guy and said, this is where he's at. This is where I think I like him. This is where I think he fits. This is where, he's going to come in here and do X, Y, and Z for us. You know what I'm saying? And then we see that, like, for those that actually do the homework, I'm not going to call out names that ain't doing homework. You guys can go ahead and subscribe to those guys. But people that are actually doing the homework, you can line up. I got a handy dandy notebook of the players, and I'm like, oh, I like da. And some of the things that I said, hey, this is what I like. That's the same thing that these scouts are looking at. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of gauge also your eye on some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? From that. So I'm gonna go back, dive in deeper. You know what I'm saying? Watch what I miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, people watch movies all the time, but if you watch a movie second, third time, you might find something that you didn't see before. So I'm definitely gonna take another look, or maybe another look at this episode for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like you said, this one hit for sure. This one hit home. This one hit home for sure. I definitely took some notes too, and I'm with you. I'm one of those guys that do the homework. That's why I say what I say. I do the education. Not that I'm bragging or nothing like that. I'm telling y'all where I am with this. I do pull cards because I do read the descriptions of a lot of our Raider people talking about they have real this and unfiltered that, and I'm like, man, I'm I'm really that. And that's why I'm lining myself up with people that's really that. And that's why, like you said, Twan, the things that you jot down, I got gang of notes. Just like you. And when you hear things that line up and you ain't even in the building, that means you're seeing things the way they're seeing it. You're in alignment. Like I said, in order for us to get to the point where we're gonna win championship, everybody gotta be in alignment from the top down. I'm talking about from Mark Davis all the way down to the parking lot attendant, to the people that the food, to the people that do whatever, clean helmets. It don't matter who you are, all the way down to the fans. And that's why I don't like the way the fans are split about certain things, i.e., the Kirk Cousins thing and Fernando Mendoza. They told us what the plan is. Let's get behind the plan. Let's stop trying to outthink everything, and let's get on board with what's going on. Now, one thing that you did say is like, the essence of being a Raider is being counted out, or you don't fit all these measurables, or you're not the perfect fit, or you're not the best player on the board. But we see something in you that can make you take things to another level. And when you get a bunch of them ruffians together for a common cause, then we can do what we do. And that's what make us Raiders, because we're underdogs. So that's one thing that really, really hit home with me, that we brought in people that really want to be Raiders. Because I know for sure when we drafted Stooks, and a lot of people wasn't happy with that pick. Some were, but a lot of people weren't. If you listen to the video, you can hear the crowd didn't get loud for that, you know. But to our credit though, because I don't like to just take a squat on us without giving us our props when the props are due, is that we learned to love that. We postponed our judgment because we could have went into the season with that. But we saw the vision of what Spytek was trying to do and what the Raiders were doing, and now a lot of us are starting to get on board with it. So I'm really excited about where we're going as a nation and what we're doing as a franchise. So, Kev, what's good with you? Let's see.
Man, I'm just excited about, these guys, guys that are going to be rotational depth pieces ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like you were just talking about trading Stooks. A lot of people, you said the crowd noise wasn't popping. You know what I'm saying, with trading Stooks, but you could tell that in the war room they was excited about Stooks. You know what I'm saying? They if they could jump up and down and scream, you know what I'm saying, like a fan, they probably would have did it at that point. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
there was some time. There was I don't know. I think it was at that point. That was even at the point where I think Spytek was able to get some more picks. You know what I'm saying, and still get their guys. So they're like, they were cheering that on too. Like, oh, we got Stooks and we got, you know what I'm saying, two more, you know what I'm saying, picks to throw at it. And I know that one of them was, you know, we had to move up to go get, you know what I'm saying, Jamal McCoy, which is, you know what I'm saying. So all of that tied in, you know what I'm saying, and fit to what we're trying to do. Do we have all the pieces? No. But this is definitely a really good start to, you know what I'm saying, to what we got. And hey, like he said, all we can do is control the controllables.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, like the Raider fan base is hard to impress. So when we pick Stooks and Crawford day 2, a lot of us were bummed. I mean, I was juiced. Once we got Stooks, I already knew. I was like, we just need one more safety. I just knew like let's go get one more safety. It didn't have to be the next pick, but let's get another one, which we end up doing. Because we bust a move and made a trade and got some picks, or you know, it got a pick. So like Spytek was doing this thing. Like Crawford, what I liked about Crawford was he was wearing that Coke White, looking like Al Davis, man. He was looking like Al Davis, man. And like Webb said, you could tell which kids wore Raider pajamas. Like Stooks wanted to be a Raider. Crawford wanted to be a Raider. I know I wore the Raider pajamas. I'm talking about the onesie with the feet. The black one with the Raider patch with the gray feet with the white bottoms. And then when I outgrew that, I cut the feet out.
Cut the feet out.
Y'all,
What you
y'all
know
know
about that, man?
Y'all know nothing about that.
Hey, what you know about that, man? Cut the
Yeah,
feet out.
y'all don't know nothing about that.
Give them pajamas some more life. You know what I'm saying?
For real, for real. Mom, you know, I had to come home one day and my mom was washing them and they wasn't there no more. You know what I'm saying? And then it became jerseys. You feel me?
Right.
So I really love the fact that we pulling in guys that really want to be Raiders. And about Jamal McCoy, it's just something about his demeanor. Like he's not a high or a low guy, which is
Super
good, right?
chill.
He's super chill. He's just like, I got a chip on my shoulder, bro, and it's not going nowhere. You feel
But
me?
you know what? Like we were just. Doesn't he remind you of somebody else that we just drafted? Doesn't he remind you of Stooks?
He does.
Like
He reminded me of Mike Washington too, because Mike Washington is the same way.
Just chill.
Just chill.
By the way, I forgot what the name is. I gotta find it. But Mike Washington has a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? And he does little blogs. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing. I ran across it one day, and he was doing his workouts. So he's putting in the work. He's ready. You know, trying to do what he can. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, another latest news is they bringing in running backs too. You know what I'm saying? Miles Sanders, you know, had a workout. So they, you know, the running back room ain't completely done, but definitely Mike Washington is trying to do his best to, you know, make sure his name is at the top of that depth chart.
Yeah, I ran across that too. I wanted to do a review of that. Because Mike Washington Jr. I call him bad intentions. Like B.A. Baracus, like bad intentions, B.A. Because he runs violent and he's so chill, you know. And I did run across his workout. I did want to review that, so maybe we could do that sometime this week or next week. And I'm following. I think it's the real Mike Washington or something like that,
Yeah,
or
something like that. Yeah,
something like that, or yeah. But if you type in his name, it'll pop up. So yeah, we definitely went in there and picked some guys that really fit what we're trying to do. And then just let the process be what the process is, and let the results be what the results is. Because I'm not mad at it really. What happens at this point, I'm not saying I won't be disappointed if we don't hit the metric where I think we have the ability to, but I ain't mad at how we move it. And that's good for me, because I was really mad at how we've been moving over the past umpteen years. You feel me? And it's to the point that we're so clouded that even the things that were good for the franchise, we reject those things. So I think we turned a corner on that right now. And one thing that I did see was what you do off the field matters. They was talking about somebody feed the homeless and other things that they were doing off the field. But how much the character matters, never missing practice, not having excuses, not just being consummate, like just being a consummate team player. So
Accountable.
accountable, great word. So I'm loving that. Frank Webb made another good comment. He said Kubiak realizes and accepts that his legacy will be judged on the success of this team. Another note that I put: he always say everyone's job is on the line on Sundays. He not going in there saying, you guys are jobs on the line, because we know that Kubiak probably his lease is probably 4 years, 5 years. I would say 4 years or whatever, right? A lot of these players might not even be here in that time, but he's not looking at it like that. He's looking at what's going on right now. Like he said, like, why not this team? Why not this? Why not this roster? Why not this staff? Why not the people that's in this building right now? Why not? Why not? So I'm definitely juiced about that. So let me see. And I got a question after this. And one last thing that Spytek said: patience and perspective. That's something that we need to really take to heart. Patience and perspective, like you said, these things are coming from off the field things, not on the field things. Like, I didn't know that about Spytek and his family. I'm glad that they put that in there, because they've been doing an excellent job of getting us to know the people that we're rooting for, that we put in our heart for, the things we're sacrificing for. Um, and it just makes it feel better, and it makes it feel authentic.
It's
Patience and perspective.
it's almost a and I'm not trying to knock your take, but it's almost a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of this, listen to me. It's almost a no-brainer because we don't know these guys.
Right.
So it's important for, you know what I'm saying, the Raiders organization to introduce us to Kubiak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we know Kubiak's an offensive coordinator. Yeah, we know his pops. You know what I'm saying? All that's on, on the top of the surface. Who is Klint Kubiak? You know what I'm saying? Even further, who is, you know what I'm saying, Spytek? You know what I'm saying? What makes Spytek go? What makes Spytek tick? What makes Spytek happy? What makes Spytek, you know what I'm saying, angry? We need to know all those things. You know what I'm saying? Because again, when we're trying to identify, you know what I'm saying, people not only just in the draft, but in free agency, they need to fit that criteria that we know, oh yeah, definitely that's a Spytek guy. You know what I'm saying? We can't really necessarily say that. That's why this draft was tough for a lot of us in content creator world, because it's like we didn't know what Spy, even with Spytek being here, it being his second year, we still didn't know what Spytek was, because there was influences with Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? This was actually the first time that we saw a real Spytek, you know what I'm saying, led draft. So we're still trying to get to know these guys from the top to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Especially the new guys that we brought in. So I'm glad that the Raiders organization has made their media say, hey, let's not only look at the players that we're introducing to Raider Nation, but we also need to introduce, you know what I'm saying, our coach and our GM and all the parties involved into what we're cooking here. You know what I'm saying, for the Raider Nation. So I have nothing but love for it. I'm not even just saying it for, you know what I'm saying, just saying it because I just watched it. Like, the purpose was intentional, and they delivered, you know what I'm saying, to those points. Now, is there still some things that we can dive deeper into? Yes, and only time will reveal those things. But I'm glad that they're opening that up. And again, shout out to the Raiders organization and the media team, but I also want to give shout out to John Spytek specifically.
Yes.
Because that situation is a very sensitive situation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We know how media can take it. We know how fans can run this way and run that way, and which, you know what I'm saying? And him as a father is responsible for protecting his child in situations like that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out for him to be comfortable and willing to share something that can be very sensitive, you know, and is a sensitive subject for anybody.
Yeah, you make an excellent point that we didn't know what kind of GM Spytek was. I mean, because even if you were to just go off the first draft, like last year, we were like, well, we got we got 2 linemen and 2 wide receivers. That's 4 picks, and we don't know what they are, if they're going to be bust or not or anything. So we did not know what kind of guy Spytek was. I think this really illuminated really what he's all about. And there's probably some things in the future that we're going to see. It takes time. It takes time. What's the words for me? I'm gonna be saying this all year. Patience and perspective. Patience and perspective, and I definitely have a deeper respect for Spytek. That don't mean I'm gonna jump out the window for him all that, but I'm ready to run through a wall for him. I'm ready to do that. Like I said, I wish I could play. I ain't felt like I wanted to play in I don't know how long. On the real. And I played enough football to be like, I'm cool with it. Because football wasn't never my number one sport. Baseball was my number one sport. So I just played football to get a scholarship. But I learned to love the game because of the violence of it all. But like you said, man, um, shout out to Spytek for doing that because he showed that he's a person. That these are real people, because we like to talk about these people as if they're Madden players or Madden figurines or Madden upgrades, or you know what I'm saying, like everything is interchangeable. And that's why I keep saying consistently over and over, I'm so excited that we're learning who these people are. So I'm juiced about that. Let me read a couple of these comments, man. Sacktown Raider Mike said he had the Raider sheets and pillowcase. Didn't we all? Like, for real? D Minutes was like, get one more year out them things, out the pajamas. Right, get one more year. You know, so you can get them at Christmas time, you know? You used to get them, I used to get them at Christmas. Mike, I got you on that about Yerp. Appreciate you, brother. He said, I feel like the Reds got a chance to go 17-0, one game at a time. Hey, I'm gonna ride that with you. I know it's not really probable, but I know it's possible. And hey, I don't know, whatever. I'm one game at a time, man. That's how I'm gonna approach it with you. And you an OG too. And I saw you say you really feel. You say I'm 64. Been a fan for 54 years. I feel something special with this team this year. Yes, it is. And it's not necessarily just this year, it's what we're doing for the future as well. Because we want to be able to compete for several years, not just go in there, feel a hype, be motivated, and win a season or get close. No, we want to be inspired. There's a difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation fades out. Inspiration, you keep going until you get to your goal. So I feel very inspired about this team. And so let her cook. Let me see. Notorious. Let who cook? Who is her? I don't know. I see a couple new people in here, but let's see. Please retire Howie Long's number. I'm tired of bums third string. Yeah, well, they don't retire a number, so always best when everybody has skin in the game. Yes. 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 D minute. Oh, did you D minutes, did you find his is that what that was? Here we go. Real life Mike. There we go. There we go, y'all. Shout out to D Menace, man. Shout out to D Menace. Speaking of D Menace, man, he was the first person. He's the inaugural member of my the membership. If you guys really, I, I mean, like the membership is $2, $1.99. One is $4.99. I mean, I know somebody got 5 on it. I know you got Deuce on it. Like just the first 10 people that's in this gonna get 50% off on the merch. I'm burning with desire to do content for the members. Because I got a lot of things that's ready for the members. And not only that, when we get this fight or flight club going on, yeah, it's gonna be live like the Friday night, but that Saturday morning it's gonna be in the membership. So it's only gonna be shown there. So that's another perk that you want to have by being a member at any level. That's going to be for members at any level. So please, please, please join that membership, man. Join that membership. But that is Mike Washington's YouTube channel. He said, "Congratulations on getting monetized." Thank you, J. Raw. I appreciate that, bro. A lot of hard work. I did it in 100 days during the off season. I'm really proud of myself for that, really, because I've been doing content for like 4 years, and I've been having up and downs, even with this sports page. I just niched down to do Raider content because I did not like what I was seeing. I did not like the divisiveness. I did not like all the emotional epithets and the emotional driven things. And I was like, let me get in the trenches and see what's going on and do my part and see if I could, bring some clarity to it because I'm a Raider though. I'm really from Oakland though. Like I really was born into this. Like I have no choice. Even when I want to leave the Raiders, I can't. So it is what it is. I appreciate you, brother J. Rowe. Still waiting on that first super chat from somebody. Not that I'm begging. I'm just saying I got something special for that person. Let me see. Mike Washington's YouTube said I subscribed to his channel and rang the bell. Good, thank you, because I did too. He said these guys are not focused on what they were or what they are. He said they are focused on what they are going to be. Yeah, Webb,
Right.
Webb, you that dude, Webb. I'm out of words when it comes to talking about you, bro. I don't have enough words to say about you, bro.
And that's from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's not, oh, we skipping Mendoza and everybody else got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
Yeah.
they drafted all these guys on what they could be, not necessarily where they are right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you heard it with Keyron Crawford. Spytek was like, man, I like that type of edge rusher that come up crazy, violent, just and that's exactly what he is. And they just like they said, hey, just be willing to learn. And he like, I got you. Like if you do what you're supposed to do your 111. If you do just that, then it's gonna fall in line. It's gonna fall in line. Like, go ahead.
No, and it goes to like, and I know we've talked about this because me and you have shared the platform plenty of times where we heard where Robbie Lerner said, "Hey, I just want my players to go fast, and we'll figure it out from there." You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what Keyron Crawford is, and that's why you could hear in that. I like that. He, you know what I'm saying, that he goes fast because he's like, hey, if he can go fast and bring that energy and that effort, then I can train everything else.
Yeah.
So that's what they're bringing.
Yeah, he said go 100 miles an hour, and if you wrong, let us coach that. But you can't coach 100 miles an hour every play like Max. You can't coach that because a lot of players can't do that. They won't do that. And the thing about it is people use it as a knock against Max, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's something that he got something that most of the people in the league don't have. Is that ability to go every play, like be obsessed, like Mamba mentality. Why do you think he has Tim Grover in his corner? Why do you think he paid Tim Grover? I've been playing Tim Grover clips on my channel before Max came out and said anything because I already known about all this. But it's about the winning attitude and what it takes to win. And Max is on that. That is what he's about. And if we can get other dudes to dial in on the level that he is, have that obsession, have that relentlessness, have that ability to put the team first and do what it takes to be a winner and win, then the results are going to come. They're not guaranteed, but they put you in a position where you will win. Because without those things, you're definitely not going to win. Without them, you're not going to win. You don't just accidentally win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, it don't accidentally happen. You think Seattle accidentally won last year? That was no accident. Sam Darnold, that was no accident. You could see it progressively coming. So shout out to Jay. You know what, bro? Shout out to you, J-Ro, bro. I don't know when you're gonna come on the show, bro. I want you to come to the show, bro. We're gonna do a show together, bro. When you ready, bro. I appreciate you, man. I now I gotta have some I need to have some
Man,
videos and stuff like that for these things. And
look. Go
the
ahead.
real one, gifted 5 memberships. I hope you guys appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you, D Minutes. Bro, the inaugural member of the membership, man, doing more above and beyond. And best believe I do this for you guys. I do it for me too, but I do it for you guys because I could go on once a day. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe once every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I'm going on every day. I'm going on twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Like I said in my post today, I'm going to be the MVP, the most valuable podcast. I'm going to be the rookie of the year. I'm trying to really do this. I'm trying to take it there. And when I see things like this, it just definitely makes me want to just give relentlessly because I'm on the Mamba mentality. And I ain't just started it this year. It's a progress. It's a progression. Thank you, J-Roll. Thank you, J-Roll. Thank you, D Minutes, from the bottom of my heart, for real. Thank you, guys. Man, let's see.
Look, I don't got too many mods on, you know what I'm saying, mods, but I call them deacons on my channel, you know what I'm saying? I got a select few, and D Menace is definitely one of them, you know what I'm saying? I only keep a few around me, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to anybody, you know what I'm saying, that's out there, but that's just how, you know, I run things on my channel, and it's just good to see, you know what I'm saying, that he's doing what he's doing over at my channel, he's doing with my brothers, definitely. So blessings, D Menace. Keep being you and doing what you doing, man.
Let me tell you about D Minutes, man. When I be in these YouTube streets and I be creeping late night and I be like, oh, look at this Redder content creator. Let me see how many subs he got. He got 200 subs. Uh-oh. You got 200 subs? Let me go in and put something in his comments, and guess who be there? D Menace. D Menace is all over the place. D Menace is all over the place, y'all. So and he even do the playbacks, you know, so he is definitely that guy. And J-Ro, he come in and out. I love talking with. Actually, I want him to be on the Fight or Flight Club. So make sure. Hey, my IG is EBH_black. J-Ro, hit my IG because I need to talk to you for sure. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. This camera was trying to hate on. You know what? Hold on. Let me drop down and fix this camera real quick. Take a couple seconds, Quan, if you can.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm excited for what we got going on, man. And I haven't been around, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with some things, but glad to see y'all is still cooking and supporting my brother over here. He's definitely trying to put some good things together, you know what I'm saying, and keep you guys involved, you know what I'm saying. Definitely drop your questions down in the comment section, because you know, for a couple of more minutes, I don't know how long we're trying to go tonight, but definitely if you guys got any questions, we both here glad to give you some of that, like I call Raider gospel.
Yeah, that Raider gospel. I do have an email. It's here, let me type it in. He said, I don't do social media. I ain't even mad at you with that.
Hey, I wish I could get off of it, man. If
Let
I
me
wouldn't
tell you
talk.
though, I had an IG for the longest time and I never really used it until I started doing this content,
Mhm.
I'm not big on that either. I wouldn't even be I wouldn't be too big on on it either if it wasn't for that. Sacktown Raider Mike, I appreciate you, brother. I really, really appreciate you. I'm gonna work on my clips tonight for the super chats because I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for real. And if you guys do have some questions, I'm here for it too. Um, dang, I appreciate that, man.
Hey, you
He
already
said,
know, Dick and D.
"Yeah, man. Cool Cat, what's good with you, bro? Let's see. Yeah, for real though. I had to pull Twine. I called. I was like, "What Twine doing, man? What Twine up to, man?" Twine be hacking in with me too. So I mean, I appreciate him, and it's not just a Raider thing. Because I definitely just check on my guy just to see how he doing, just see where his mind at. Make sure let him know that people think about you. Because I think about a lot of you guys. I know I might come off a little abrasive sometimes. Sometimes people might think I'm whatever, but really, I'm really a loving and caring guy, and I really care and love the nation. I'm not one of these guys that just say it to get you to join their memberships or to get views and all that. Because I know there's some people out there saying that pump faking and faking the funk, but that ain't what we here for today. Um, he said, Food Kev said, Black fails to realize that the Raider fans live in a toxic environment. Well, look, let me tell y'all something. It don't get more toxic than Oakland. It don't get more toxic in Oakland, so I can never forget that. I think I see somebody say I'm living good in Walnut Creek. Man, I
Wow.
can't go. I can't go to Walnut Creek. I'm gonna get pulled over in Walnut Creek, boy.
Right.
Well, I can't go. I don't even go get gas in Walnut Creek.
What is this suspicious box Chevy
Right.
rolling in Walnut Creek for? Let me pull this
Yeah,
box Chevy over. You know what I'm
you'd be
saying?
like, let me, you like, and then if you look at the police, they go flip at you and be like, let's see what you talking about. Oh man, no, I got my own video ideas. Actually, I don't mess with them no more, man. D-Menace, but I will discuss that in the membership. I will will address that in the membership. Like I go crazy. I did my intro, and they were still in my intro before I was finished with it, everything. So I know a little bit of something about a little bit of something. I mean, I won't say I don't mess with Dirty. Let me not say that about Dirty, because I have talked to Dirty since the situation went down, and he neutral with it, and I can respect that. So let me not do Dirty like that. So let me apologize right now about that. So I will get with Dirty with that about that. So I trust your word, and like I said, I might feel a certain kind of way, but that don't make me I'm above reproach. Because when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Straight up. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. When I'm right, I'm right. I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
And my name is Bennett.
And you ain't in it.
Let's make that 100% clear. My
Yeah,
name
yeah,
is
yeah.
Bennett.
Yeah, this is me. That's why I really didn't want to address it while nobody else is on there. But you right. That's Bennett over there. And he definitely ain't in it. Black don't realize that when Max goes 100, he misses his tackles and his knees is paying for it. Oh, I realize it. I realize you're not a perfect player too. I'd rather a player go 100%. I play with a lot of players that only play when it felt appropriate. And I've been the player that played relentlessly until I didn't what they call it, ball till you fall.
Mm-hmm.
I've been that guy. So I mean, I get it. he might not be everybody's cup of tea. I might not even necessarily care for how he went about what he did to go about with it to get traded. I understood why it happened. I understood where he was coming from with it, but he's still the captain of our team, captain of our defense, like the face of our franchise, and my loyalty runs deep. So, I mean, I hope he doesn't make a fool out of me though. Because then, cool, Kevin, you can come up here and talk all you want about me and how I'm all in for him. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. He said, oh, yeah, this is my question I wanted to ask you. I'm glad Frank Webb brought me back. He said, yeah, Clint Kubiak, Max can be a loose cannon at time. Yeah. Oh, he meant Cool Kev. Yeah. He can be. But see, that's the obsessiveness going above and beyond. Like, it's hard to explain. Everybody's not gonna understand it. Because their motor isn't that high. Their mind isn't that high with it. And could it be to his detriment? Yes. Yes. Imagine how I am on this internet, right? When I was a player, I have a switch. When I see that grass, when I smell that grass, when I'm pulling up to the stadium, when I see other teams' uniforms, when I see another person helmet, all that made me turn into a whole different person. And then even as a quarterback, you're supposed to have no highs, no lows. Remember, y'all, I told y'all I'm a better wide receiver. I was a better wide receiver than quarterback. I was good at both, but I was a better wide receiver than quarterback. So I already had this wide receiver attitude, and I went to being a quarterback where you're not supposed to have highs or lows. You're supposed to be in the middle like Mendoza, right? But I was an aggressive guy, probably to my detriment. And I had to learn to calm that down because I wasn't winning a lot of games when I first started playing. It was because it's not about just your skill level. It's about your ability to draw your team around you. And I had to learn that. I had to learn to taper some of that. But then I also learned I had to pull some people card. So I'm with Max I'm with Max. I'm gonna ride with Max on that, Cool Kev. You my guy and everything. I'm just riding with Max on this one, bro.
They going in. I would
I
really
know Cool Kev love giving me a hard time with that with my tortas. He said I didn't mean to bring up any dirt, but I was making a joke. He plays a video. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I know. I know. And actually, I have those videos in my StreamYard right now, actually, that you said that. I know you wasn't I'm not mad, bro, about what happened. It was for the better, actually, because I didn't like my attitude because I was being I was frustrated and I was irritated because some of the things that happened behind the scenes is different than what's being shown in front of the scenes. But like I said, I'm not on this strain by myself. So he said gets me every time. He said Max got the credibility, yeah. Chewy's Raiders coverage. What's good with you, brother? Said Twine, do you agree with Black on his QB should start? Oh boy. Oh boy.
What QB should start?
Hold on. Let me hold on. I got at least something in here for you, J Ro. Let me find something in here for you, bro.
Hey, shout out my boy Chewy. Good to see you, fam. Hey, hit me on the two-way, dog.
Hit him on a two-way.
Yeah, J Ro, you don't gotta send a super chat. Just let me know what you talking about in regards to your
I'm about to tell you.
I'm
about to tell you right now.
I don't want to step into anything, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm about to tell you right now.
It might be another Bennett situation.
No. This ain't no business situation. Oh man. So
but
this
I'm
is the
definitely gonna
thing.
try to answer your question. You put 5 on it. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, matter of fact, he did put 5 on it. So I gotta play.
If you're not a fan, what it do? Marshawn Lynch said, "F you. I'm a Raider."
I'm a Raider, man. And then
I'm a Raider from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Recipes to Al Davis.
I gotta play that. You gotta play Yuck. You got 5 on it. So here's my quarterback situation.
Okay.
Because people are like, he's the number 1 pick. He should start. And I'm like, Kirk Cousins is that guy. I'm like, Kirk Cousins is like, I'm way more comfortable with Kirk Cousins being the starting quarterback this year than Mendoza. Not that I don't think Mendoza can start. I just don't like the 25, 82, and 2 record that in the last 10 years, the number 1 pick that was a quarterback, that's the record. And I'm like, we have a competent quarterback that I know that can come in and win 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games, depending on how well our O-line is, and all that. So I want Mendoza to sit because I'm high on Kirk Cousins' ability. Not that I just like Kirk Cousins, but I'm high on his ability.
I mean, the writing's been on the wall before we even drafted Mendoza. I think, in regards to the situation, and some people may not, and I'm on record. I really wasn't high on Mendoza, just personally. But they've already made it clear that Kirk Cousins was going to be the starter, and then Mendoza was going to come in whenever, they felt comfortable. But we're starting off with Kirk Cousins, and I had to take a sit back and really take a look at the other teams that I was stuck on the number 1 overall. It's like the number 1 overall, he should be starting. I did have that mindset because I'm like, if he's supposed to be him, you know what I'm saying, then go ahead and put him out there. If he's the best, quarterback in the draft, and he's supposed to be him, then let's see him. You know what I'm saying? I did have that mindset, but then I had to realize that a lot of those teams that were number 1 overall, there was nobody else in the room that, that could hold it down for them. And I'm talking about number 1 overall. I'm not talking about the whole Michael Penix situation. I'm talking about number 1 overall. You know what I'm saying? There was no competition for a lot of those guys that got drafted number 1 overall at quarterback. So they had to go out there, sink or swim. We don't necessarily have to do that. And putting Mendoza in a slow cooker is just going to make it even better for us. Less injury, you know what I'm saying? The longevity and actually him learning under somebody like a Kirk Cousins. And then also the variables of what we have. We don't know how solidified this offensive line is. So I'd rather get Kirk Cousins beat up than the future of our team, you know what I'm saying? The future of our franchise getting beat up. So I'm leaning more towards my cousin being the starter.
Yeah, see, this is where we part, right? Because I don't like let's stick him out there to get beat up. Like, I don't want him to get beat up either. Because if we put Mendoza out there to get beat up, what y'all think? I mean, if we put Cousins out there to get beat up, what y'all think gonna happen to Mendoza? So if Kirk Cousins go out there and get beat up because the O-line is deficient, I promise you we gonna see AOC, and I promise you we gonna see Fernando. All right, we're going to play all 3 quarterbacks. I say that every year. Whenever we can't protect one quarterback, we're going to see them all. I promise you that. Hey, but this is what you said. Black pisses me off. I know you do. I know I do. Like, I hope in a good way, not personal. Like, because I'm so convicted about this Kirk Cousins thing. Because I like him as a quarterback. I like what I see. I like what I see at a 38-year-old quarterback. At this point, there's not too much you're going to be able to fool him with. You're not going to be able to trick him with a lot of things. So, and I know he wins games. He won 4 games in a row. Like, he won 4 games in a row, man. And he won 5 out of 8. We haven't even won 4 games last year. When was the last time we won 4 games in a row? I think I looked it up earlier today, and it's been like 5 years since we won 4 games in a row. And we got our nerves to talk about Kirk Cousins?
And I think we need, especially with where, this is where you got to take your Raider cap off, with the unstableness of where our offense is. You're going to need a quarterback that's going to be able to get out of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to have the IQ to, okay, this is what I'm seeing. Oh no, we got to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Right now, Mendoza's not at that state where he can just, let me get out of this, and this is what we're going to do. And he's going to, tell the wide receiver, you know what I'm saying, have a hand signal or whatever to tell him to run a different route to get up to at least make us in a positive in the change. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have a Kirk Cousins right now to kind of like, let's solidify everything. Let's make sure, you know what I'm saying, let's turn this Motel 6 into the Ritz-Carlton before we put Mendoza out there.
Yeah, and I'm not opposed to putting him out there so he can take the lashings first. Like that's what comes with being the bridge quarterback or whatever we want to call him, or the elder statesman and all that. Like that is what you're in there for. I just don't like the way it sounds when people say, "Yeah, throw him in there and let him take the." Like, what y'all think is going to stop when he leave the field? No, it's going to ramp up even more when Mendoza out there, because they're like, "Oh, you the number one? Oh, you that dude? Oh, I got something for you." Because I know for sure whenever I play somebody that was ranked, or somebody like that's supposed to be really, really dope, and I'm like, "Oh, this is the best corner in the conference." Oh yeah, I'm about to put up 100 on him for sure. Like for sure, because that's how you get your name up there, right? So I just don't think that it's going to fare any better for Mendoza, other than we get to see him on the field running for his life. So
what do we, and this may not be what you agree with, Black, but this is kind of how I feel. As much as people may not like him at quarterback, I think that's part of the reason why, the where the level that AOC's at right now is partially because of what he's dealt with running for his life, or trying to run for his life, and you know what I'm saying, the things that were around him. So you can say, let's throw him out there, yeah, he's that dude, but you can also damage a quarterback at the same time by throwing him out there and putting him in situations that are not necessarily completely favorable for you know what I'm saying, a young quarterback. So we don't want to do that, especially because we don't have to. Like, it would be one thing if we didn't have anybody. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But we have somebody. And not just we have somebody, but our head coach, first thing this head coach did was go get this guy. So
that's been my whole argument.
So how is a new head coach come in, and the first thing he brings in is a quarterback, and we don't think that quarterback is going to be the guy, or at least get the first swings at it. You know what I'm saying? It could be a situation like, back in the day where I think it was like Brock Osweiler or something, like we brought in a vet that was going to be our starter, but then, you know what I'm saying, he got his first wax, but then Derek Carr came in and showed everybody that he was ready to go. It might be a situation that plays out like that, but there's almost no way, barring injury, that Kirk Cousins is not going to get the first swings at being the starting quarterback.
Right. And the question is, tell me what benefit we have to starting Cousins. You just named them. And that was my whole thing. The first thing that he did was he went and got a quarterback. And a head coach is attached to the quarterback that he comes in with. Ideally, he wants to come in with his own. Sometimes you get attached to a quarterback and then you might try to run him out of town or whatever. But Kubiak looked at the roster. We had a quarterback on the roster. This is why I knew AOC wasn't the guy like that. Like everybody says how good he is, but they don't never attach their name to him like that, except for AP. And then when AP attached his name to him, he went 2-5 or something like that, and he got injured. So I mean, but I respect him for at least picking somebody because AOC was I would have attached my name to AOC more than I would have what's his name that was with Garoppolo. Like I knew that was a disaster waiting to happen the moment we signed him. But Garoppolo was a Patriots quarterback, right? So that's why of course McDaniels is gonna go with him. So that's what he was attaching his name to him. So Clint Kubiak said, "Okay, let me see. All right, I know Kirk Cousins. He's thrown for 4,000 yards 7 times. I know he know the system. I know he can buy us enough time till we get Mendoza ready. So why wouldn't he start? Like why wouldn't he?" And then Kubiak comes out and say, in the perfect world, I would have him sit for a full year. Like I didn't have to do much thinking. I didn't have to be Negro Dominus to figure that out. I didn't. So I just saw the writing on the wall, and plus I just know that Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback. Just on the field, he's a better quarterback. So um, here's a question right here. The flip side is Josh Allen is who was thrown in there his first year, and he came through. Okay, so remember, I was telling you guys about the first number one pick, which Josh Allen wasn't a number one pick. I think he was like number 7 or something like that. Let me see. Um, let's see. He was 7th overall. So the thing about him, even as a starter, he was 5-6 as a starter, and then the following year he was 10-6. The team was a little bit better than the worst team, but 5 wins. When you're the number one pick, the average is 3.7. So that's like 4 games, 3 games. Let's give it 4 games for the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to throw Mendoza out there to get 4 or 5 wins. If we get 4 wins, we're going to be picking in the top of the draft again. 5 wins will get you somewhere in the top 8 somewhere, I believe. So I'm not trying to risk our franchise quarterback just for that, especially if I know we have Kirk Cousins who could really run off 5 wins for real. So that was just my thinking about that. But Mendoza's comp when I met him in February was Josh Allen. I came to the internet and said that, and then I started hearing that. I don't know. It's one of those things like when you buy a car, you see a bunch of them like it, and then people just said it because I said it, not because I said it, but when I said it, now that I hear people saying it, but his comp was Josh Allen. So I hope he can come in and win us 10 games in the first couple seasons. Webb says Cousins is the uncle who kicks the tires and tests the brakes before you toss Junior the keys. Facts.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're asking for him to do. Hey, and someone said, what is the benefit of starting Cousins? It's really just making sure that everything around Mendoza is solidified. You're solidifying your offensive line. You're making sure the wide receivers know what they're supposed to be doing. Brock Bowers in the tight end, room. All pieces involved that are around Mendoza are ready. And that's what Kirk Cousins is there to do. He's there to, there was a Trey Tucker had a conversation, and he was talking about how Kirk Cousins was already having, stuff outside of the playbook. You know what I'm saying? That he was like, hey, run, if we got this, do this. You know what I'm saying? So there's some teaching that even the quarterback's doing that when it's Mendoza's time, all those things will already be in place. And then all Mendoza has to do is not really be quarterback, but he's playing point guard at that point. He's just letting everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do what y'all been learning, and I'm just making sure the ball is in place. You know what I'm saying? Making sure again, what was the biggest thing about Mendoza? His accuracy. So if Mendoza can, if the offensive line is solidified, all the pieces around him, skill wise, is ready to go, then all Mendoza has to do is sit in the pocket and be accurate.
Right. Yeah, I think Cool Kev.
You're not,
Right.
excuse me, you're not asking to see what we saw in the championship game,
Right.
you know, in Indiana, where he had to, you know what I'm saying, for one play or a couple of plays, put the team on his back. We're not asking for him to do that here.
Yeah,
we just want you to
right.
be accurate. But we need to
Right.
make sure that everything around you is accurate before you can be accurate.
Yeah, Cool Kev said that he's still out on Spytek because of the wide receiver situation. I want to address that because I almost forgot. The wide receiver position is a position where you can add a wide receiver later on. You don't want to get a good wide receiver and the O line is garbage and he not getting the ball, or the wide receiver not getting passes or targets. Because then you have a disgruntled wide receiver like Devontae Adams and all that other stuff. So I'm with Spytek and them. Like, we can kick that down the road and see what we have now with the draft picks that we had last year, and then we could address that next year. Jay Rose says, "How will Mendoza learn?" With the analogy that Weber gave about just giving you the keys, he said, "How would he learn?" And so my thing is this: you don't just. Oh no, this is another thing you said. You said, "Can you learn how to drive a car by watching somebody else drive a car?" I mean, you can learn the basics first, right? But let's just take that off the table. You don't just stick the kid on the road first. You teach him how to drive in the parking lot where it ain't no cars at first, right? You let him mature into that, and then you put him on the road where there's other cars. You don't just jump on the freeway when you first start learning how to drive, right? So it's steps, it's progressions, and one off season. I mean, like fresh out of college, when you've been on tour since you was a Heisman this and national champion that, you haven't really had a lot of time. It's going to really take him one full training camp, getting a lot of reps with the ones and stuff like that, without this quarterback competition going on, where he's a clear number one, and then he can learn better that way, because he's, like he said, right now it's like trying to drink out of a fire hose. Like, you don't want it to be too much. That's how you get hurt.
But even with that, like, and this is going to sound like I'm kind of lightweight, kind of contradicting myself, but it still ties in. Kirk Cousins is going to come in, make sure everything is good enough for Mendoza. Now, that second year, or whenever Mendoza does get the keys, he's still going to get lumps, because again, he's going to have to, he's going to have to learn behind those guys. But if those guys are solidified, then he's not going to, you know what I'm saying, those lumps are not going to be as bad. There's going to be a learning process. But again, this is not for the short term, ladies and gentlemen. We want the ultimate goal is that we want to have Mendoza here for 10, 12 years. And in order for him to be a 10 or 12 year quarterback starting for us, let's make sure those pieces are right. So it might, even the second year, if he like, let's just say Kirk Cousins does one full year and then Mendoza comes in the second year, there's going to be some lumps, definitely. But again, this is like the YNs are saying, the young people, this is a slow burn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a slow burn, and I know some of you guys hate it, but that's what we're doing, or that's what we're trying to do.
Here's a question for you, Zero. He said, bring up Mendoza accolades versus Kirk Cousins.
What accolades? College?
Like, if you're gonna just accolades in general, I'm assuming, like, because I think what he's getting at is, if you compare Mendoza, all the things that he's done, and Kirk Cousins have not done those things. Why isn't Mendoza in a position to be better than a 38-year-old Kirk Cousins?
Physically, Mendoza's better. I'll say that. But it's not. We're not at this point. We're not looking for the physical aspect of things. We're looking for the mental. And unfortunately, with Mendoza, he hasn't seen an NFL defense. He hasn't seen the top defensive coordinators in this world. You know what I'm saying? The Spagnolas and you know what I'm saying, the Brian
Right.
Floreses and whoever else you identify as a top defensive coordinator. And the things that they throw at the disguises and etc. So that's what we're looking for right now out of our quarterback.
Yeah, he said they're not the same QB. I don't think they're the same QB. I don't think
No,
that.
not at all.
I don't think that. Raider Paul, was good with you, brother? Raiders, brother. So let me see. And I love J Rowe for his pushback on this, because really you coming with some level of logic versus I just don't like Kirk Cousins. Although it sounds like you don't like Kirk Cousins though. Frank Weber says this QB situation didn't happen by accident. Someone who has some pull wanted it this way. This is our best QB room in over 20 years. Please enjoy it. Please enjoy it. Please believe it. This is the best QB room we've had in a long time. Yes.
That
And he said,
is factual. What
yes.
we you know we've talked about it plenty of times, and you know who was Derek Carr's help?
AOC.
Matt McGloin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, like Nathan Peterman.
Right.
Like, really? You know what I'm saying? So like, and you can keep going. We can talk about all the bums. You know what I'm saying? we can run the gamut of bums that we had at quarterback. And he's right. This is probably the best room that we've had.
For sure, I believe it. So
all
is it
three quarterbacks that we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? I know there's some other guys in the room, but all the three quarterbacks we can say at least can win a game.
Yeah.
I couldn't say that about some other rooms that we've had at quarterback.
J Rose says, so we haven't drafted a number one pick quarterback in almost 20 years. And now that we do, we sit him on the bench behind Kirk Cousins. You act like Kirk Cousins is Aiden O'Connell. And I'm only saying that because, like, we had Aiden O'Connell on the roster, right? He didn't have to bring him in. He could have just rolled with Aiden O'Connell, right? I could see it. We had Mendoza sitting behind Aiden O'Connell. And even if he was to do that, I would be like, well, he just don't want him to start the season yet. He want him to learn. I still would have been like, he better than Aiden O'Connell, but he want him to learn, because 25, 82, and 2. That's the record in the last 10 years of number one picks that are quarterbacks that came in and started day one. 25. So how many games? Let me ask you, J-Ro. How many wins do you think Mendoza wins if he start week one? That's what I need to know that. How many wins do you think he would win? How many games do you think he would win? That's what I'm gonna start asking a bunch of y'all. Raider Paul said, "What's up to you, Twine?"
Oh, blessings, man. I'm sorry.
Right. He just popped in, and so I need to know that, because the average win for those quarterbacks in the last 10 years is 3.7, which is 4 wins. So how many wins do you think Mendoza will win? Because if you say anything over 6, that's not even no other quarterbacks have done that in the last 10 years. So and I'm pretty sure you don't think that he's better than Joe Burrow and any of the number one picks, because a lot of people didn't even think, and I'm thinking you're one of them. I'm not sure about that would say, well, in any other draft, he wouldn't be a number one pick. So we can't have it both ways. So how many wins do you think how many wins do you think Mendoza would have if he started week 1? Who Kev said Mendoza will be playing this season if Raiders under 500 in December. And I think that would be a mistake because Mendoza needs to see what it's like to dig yourself out of a losing streak. Like once we lose 2 games in a row or maybe even 3. Now, if we're 2-6, we're 2-6, that's a little different conversation. Especially if the quarterback position is the reason why we're not winning. Now, if the defense can't hold and we putting up 28 points every week and 30 points and we still losing, it's the Kirk Cousins thing. So it's not going to change if we put in Mendoza. We're going to get him hurt. That's what's going to happen. So
that's the other thing. Is like I don't, some people's like, man, I hope, some people that is really hoping, for Mendoza, some of them might be hoping that Kirk Cousins loses or whatever, and we be like 3-3 and whatever, you know what I'm saying, by the bye week or whatever. But like if that's the case, then you have to really look at, was that because of Kirk Cousins or was our team just that bad?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if our team is that bad, you still want to throw Mendoza out there? Like the whole idea that at least I'm gathering is that they're trying to make sure that this is comfortable for Mendoza. So if it's comfortable for Mendoza, that mean that we're being successful. Because there's no way that our O-line is great, our wide receivers are doing their job, and we're three wins. That would be hard for me to believe.
Yeah, that's hard for me to believe.
Unless our defense just ain't even out there. You know what I'm saying? Like we're only playing with one side of the ball. Defense is just standing out there. They don't even run. They just hike. You know what I'm saying? If they doing that, just giving up points, then yeah, I can see that part of it. But I really don't see where our offense is not being good and us not, wins not following that.
Frank Webb coming with the heat all the time. Boy, he said, how long did Danielson wax on and wax off before Mr. Miyagi taught him the crane kick? Boy, even remember when he was teaching him how to do the little thing with the little
wax on, wax off. Oh no, the healing thing.
No. Remember when he had remember when he was in Okinawa, right? Remember Mr. Miyagi went to Okinawa, and Daniel had already won the tournament and everything. So Daniel was already him in a tournament situation. But remember when everybody had the little thing with the balls on it, and they was making that noise with it. Oh, let me find it. But he was standing on that wharf with the thing that came down. When he pulled it, it came flying down and it ripped his shirt. Remember? Oh, y'all gonna make me find it. I know Webb know what I'm talking about. And he had put the cork on it. Like you had to, because he was watching Mr. Miyagi do it. And when I clip this, I'm gonna put it on here too. And he had to learn, he had to watch. But I get it. Danielson really wanted to just trial under fire. I get it. I agree. I understand. But we haven't been in this situation enough times in order to really handle this situation delicately. And that's what we're doing. And we don't have to put him out there. We just don't have to put him out there. And why put him out there when we don't have to? Here we go, Twan. He said, Twan, he beat the best defenses in college football. Frank is on fire. So what do you think about that? Because yeah, what you think about that?
How many quarterbacks beat the best defenses in college football and got smacked around in the NFL?
Yeah.
I get it. The number one overall. Again, that's why I gave you the whole breakdown of how I came to where I came to. You know what I'm saying? Realization that the organization is that's what they're trying to do. But it is what it is. We drafted a quarterback number one overall for him to sit.
And it's a protective thing, though. It's not that we trying to do it out of spite.
At all.
Okay, here we go, right here. The dockside training. Let's see here. Let me see if you guys can see. Oh, no, you're not going to be able to see it. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, you might. Hold on. No, y'all ain't going to be able to see that. Maybe I should put it up there. Dang. That little crane thing. Yeah, you guys, I'm sure the OGs understand it. Let me see. Frank Webb said, "We didn't make things the way they are. We just saw enough times, and we know how it rolls." He said, "I trust all three of these guys, the quarterbacks. Yeah, Mendoza could beat the Dolphins." You think Mendoza could beat the Dolphins?
That might be one he could get. You know what I'm saying? Early in his career.
Yeah.
But we trying to look at again, making sure all these pieces around him are good. And let's keep it all the way a buck. Not everybody on this roster is a Kubiak guy.
Yeah, we got to remember that.
So there's a lot of guys that are still throughout the season interviewing for their job. There's a few of these guys that are on this roster are just here because we ain't got nobody there.
It said he can only learn so much watching from the sideline.
True.
You're
right.
You're right about that for sure. He said we're talking about the number one overall, man. Mr. Heisman, Mr. Undefeated Season, Mr. National Championship, right? I can't. It's hard. Yeah, the swing move. Yeah, Raider. See, shout out to Raider Paul. He said, not to mention, after a game or two, every team we face has accurate game film on the poor kid. Yeah. And that's why I said, what you got to do as a quarterback is when you come into the league, you better have your skill set got to be a little bit higher than the league because the league is going to try to catch up with you, right? And it's your job to survive that year without them catching up with you. So when the offseason comes, you can progress your game to stay ahead of the curve. Because if they get enough film on you and they catch up to you, and you're trying to catch up with the league now, and the league is ahead of your curve, oh yeah, you. That's when that confidence get to waning. That's when you don't get that fifth year option, and then you get sent to another team. That's how you get hurt. It's a lot of things that happen.
And especially with these quarterbacks, because these quarterbacks they're all on short leashes. You know what I'm saying? There's no, let's develop this guy. You know what I'm saying? They a lot of these quarterbacks is you get out there, you get your opportunity, and you might be on the next thing smoking. And unfortunately, that's where, the guys that are bona fide starters, they were able to get over that hump. Because the first year, you can easily surprise the league. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I like him, but that's the whole Jaden Daniels. That was a surprise to everybody in the league. You know what I'm saying? How Jaden Daniels came in. But now that everybody has tape on Jaden Daniels, he has to prove now that he's that starting guy now. You know what I'm saying? That he's really that dude. You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't prove to be that dude, then he might just be, he might end up just being a backup. You know what I'm saying? If he continues to be in the NFL. But and that's
average.
for everybody. That's for all starters. That you can surprisingly the first year, but after everybody's got tape on you, that's when you prove to the league that you actually are a real starter.
Yeah, that's an excellent example is Jaden Daniels because he was on fire that first year, and then he got hurt that second year because I'm telling you, them grown people paying other grown people bills, they catch up to you. They really trying to hurt you, and so now Jaden is behind the curve now. He was ahead of the curve. Matter of fact, he was way ahead of the curve. And then that injury brought him to level, and now the league has passed him up. And so now it's at the point that even his team isn't the same team as it was at that time. So now they really relying on him. And he can't keep running the ball like that, like he was in year one, because they already got tape for that. They already got game plans for that. He got to show something that they don't know about yet in order for him to usurp that curb again. So that's an excellent example. Weber says Mendoza can beat Miami. I believe that if he's properly prepared, of course. I believe that. Now this is where me and you gonna agree, J-Roll. This is where me and you agree, and maybe Twan can shed some light on this because I'm not getting it. Why are we bringing in a running back? Why are we bringing another running back? Why are we doing that?
Because we need a vet.
Why? Because they're not confident about Washington because he fumbles?
Not necessarily because he fumbles. We need what's the most important thing in regards to your backup running back? Your backup running back has to be good at pass protection.
Mm-hmm.
So are they really sold? Not saying that Mike Washington is horrible at pass protection, but are they really sold on having somebody be the backup on third down, the money down, that's not really able to pick up on pass pro? Now, like we know Genty can pick up on pass pro, but again, it seems like we're trying to run committee.
Yeah. Well, because you can't give him 80-20 or 70-30 carries and then expect him to pass pro on third downs too. Because then when do you bring in Washington on second down maybe? But you don't want to do that because if you give Genty the ball on first down and he get 4 yards or 5 yards, you ain't trying to take him right out then just to protect him for third down. So I can see what you're saying, and I don't know how well Mike Washington Jr. Pass pro, but he gonna have to show that. That makes sense.
So
what you think about that, J-Ro?
So they're possibly bringing in vets to not only solidify, if Mike Washington ain't full. It's not like Mike Washington is going to get kicked off the team or anything right now at this point, but they're not waiting around to, let's hope that Mike Washington can get pass pro. Let's go ahead and bring a vet in that does know pass pro. And if Mike Washington doesn't get it, then it's easy for us just to go ahead and slide somebody like Sanders in to, be that guy for us. Also, again, a vet. You want a veteran in that room. I know we're young, and there is talent there. I do love Genty, you know what I'm saying? But you still want a good vet. Similar to what we had with, you know what I'm saying, with Mostert. You know what I'm saying? Like Mostert didn't do much.
No, we didn't use him right though.
That's what I'm saying.
Didn't use him right.
But he was in the room to talk to the guys and say, hey, X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm all for that. I'm not asking and I'm not asking Dylan Lowby to be our vet in the room.
Right.
Nah.
What does that say about Hemby though? Because obviously he won't know pass pro that well either because he's coming out of college. So I
Yep.
can now it makes sense what you're saying. Like they bringing in that veteran that can come in and play a third down, and then we can sprinkle in Mike Washington as he learned,
Yep.
right? Because it's not like we're trying to replace him. We're just trying to buy time for him.
Exactly.
Okay, okay, I can see that. That makes sense.
Because again,
Randall Paul.
and,
Go
and
ahead.
and and let me say this too. Let's talk about depth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knock on wood if you with me. What happens if Genty goes down?
Ooh,
Are we really trusting?
ooh,
Are we really trusting Mike Washington to be that down to really take on the load? Or would
ooh.
you like to have a vet come in? And I'm not saying that he's going, you know what I'm saying, be Genty, but at least keep us honest.
Yeah, and at least even if we do try to ride with Mike Washington, the load is not all on him.
On him, you got the vet in the third
Yeah,
slot, you know what I'm saying, ready to, interchange and do whatever he needs to do until Genty comes back, or if Genty comes back, right?
right, right,
So
right. That makes
it's
sense.
it's a good move to me.
Raider Paul says Mendoza fears no one. He has God with him. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but you
can't.
gotta respect. But you gotta respect something though. Let me see. Kubiak gonna clean house of all these bums like Tucker, B-Cam, Mayer. He said they're heading to the Greyhound soon. So what do you think about that? Trey Tucker, he is in his contract year. D-Cam, he's a quiet guy that I'm really going to be looking in this training camp. And Michael Mayer, I think to me, I like Michael Mayer is he's a player that I think he could be replaced. Uh, but I don't necessarily think we need to, but I can see why you're saying what you're saying, Cool Kid. What do you think about that? About all those guys?
I disagree a little bit with you, Kev. And you know which one I'm gonna say, because you be following me. I'm gonna push back on you with Trey Tucker, dog. I think Kubiak sees something in Trey Tucker, and don't be surprised that Trey Tucker, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to get in his pockets, but he might come back for a decent contract.
Good
Now
nice,
Michael
nice little
Mayer,
extension.
yeah, he might. I'm not saying he gonna break the bank or anything like that. He might
Right.
just say, hey, it depends. He might say, hey, I might want to go get the bag, and I can't stop a man from getting his money. And that's the same thing with Michael Mayer. I think Michael Mayer does have a place here. I think also with Michael Mayer, he might want to go somewhere else and actually really be that starting tight end.
Yeah.
Like, because I really believe that Michael Mayer has the capabilities, on a team that may not necessarily be a tight end dominant, team, to be a number one. I really do.
Yeah, he might want to do the AOC and start somewhere.
And I know Spytek is going to say, hey, we would love to have you here. You know what I'm saying? But, go see what you can get. You know what I'm saying? This is our number for you. Go see what you can get. And, we'll do it that way, because no matter what, Michael Mayer here is going to be our number 2 tight end. He's never going to have the opportunity to be a number 1. So he would actually have to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and play that where there might be an opportunity for him to actually be that number 1 tight end. Because remember, when we drafted Michael Mayer, he was that number 1 tight end.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe now that I think about it, that might have had something to do with his mental, because he really thought he was that guy, and then they brought in Brock Bowers.
Possibly.
Yeah, so he might want to test the market.
Yeah, go see what he can get. But my Trey Tucker definitely. I'm gonna push back on you, Kev, on that one, and then Michael Mayer is kind of similar to Trey Tucker, where if Trey Tucker decides, hey, let me go see if I can get some more money. Hey, I can't stop nobody. I can't stop him from getting some Funyuns with his money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shout out to J Rowe. He the sponsor of the show tonight with the $20 super chat. Appreciate J Rowe for being the sponsor of the show tonight. Let's see. Let's get some more of these. And John Rader said, I'd rather have Kirk Cousins go through the growing pains to this whole new team. Now, see, I like that, the way that's worded. Growing pains. Because that's what it is, growing pains. Because we have so many new parts in this position. We got a new defensive coordinator, a whole new linebacking core. We got secondary is new. Defensive coordinator, a new head coach, and a couple of new pieces on the O-line. So we got too many new variables for me to just throw our franchise quarterback out there when you don't have to. A lot of times these number one pick quarterbacks, their backups are nobodies. No, let me not say nobodies. They're not starters.
Mm.
So they have to come in and start. And that's not the position that we're in. John Rader says, he also says, it's one if you bring a, he said, it's one thing if you bring a rookie in a team that's developing, and another when the team has already been developed by the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Everything we got is ripped out the plastic.
Everything is brand new. Brand new.
Everything we got is ripped out the plastic. So it's not the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation. You know what I'm saying? Where Aaron Rodgers was there, and then and all the pieces were there. You know what I'm saying? So all Jordan Love had to do was get behind a fairly decent offensive line and have a good running back behind him and wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Already knowing what they needed to do. We're not there.
Oh, he said not Tucker, Turner. I need to put my glasses on. You ain't lying. But no, I thought you meant Tucker though. Oh, so Turner is the running back, right? Turner is the running back that we
Turner?
Is that who it was? Is that who we brought in? Turner? What's the running back name? He said Hemby is nice. Jay Rose. He said he had 11,000 season. What's that? Who we talking about? Turner.
I'm like, the only Turner I know is DJ Turner. And he's been gone.
Yeah, let's see who we talking about. He said Kubiak is going to use a platoon system anyway. Yeah, with the running backs. He said Trey Mayer. John Rader said Trey Mayer. He said the defensive back. Turner. Who are we talking about? Which DB named Turner? That's why I thought he was talking about Trey Tucker. Let's see. Raider Paul said Trey AOC. Kubiak is pretty good at spreading the ball around. No, let me see who he's talking about. So
I was like, I don't even think we have a Turner on the team.
DJ Turner.
He's still on the roster?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, wow. I thought he was gone.
So what do you think about DJ Turner then? My bad. I thought you meant Tucker. My bad. My fault. You right.
Then yeah,
I
he's
do need to get some glasses though.
There's no room for him.
Raider Nation, Jason, what's good with you, brother? I'm trying to catch up with you, Jason. Trying to catch up with you, brother. Hit my IG. My IG is EBH, like everybody hate _black. I'm trying to catch up with you, Jay.
Salute, fam.
Rosetown, what's good with you, brother? So there's no room with him. So how many wide receivers you think we're gonna keep? Because the who's out there, I think we already have
6.
Like, and that's one thing I did. They say Malik Benson in this episode that we just watched?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They didn't say his name, but there was when you're talking about the returner, that's what they were talking about.
Oh, that's what they were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Because I didn't hear his name or I didn't hear Cleveland. That's why I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
They did. Ben Cleveland was the guy that they were talking about that was doing the charity work.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's why I need to watch it again. I'm like you. I need to watch game tape like 2 or 3 times because I miss something all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That really locks me in with a couple of them guys. Then. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah. I look. I'm on. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I get off of this, I'm gonna give me a little ice cream.
Yeah, and run it back, huh?
Hit up Shirley, and then go watch this thing again.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap in with it because it went by faster than I thought because I was engaged, because I was locked in. It was a quick 45 minutes for me. So the wide receiver core, like how many DJ Turner, he was on the practice squad. We hit him there. So if we have Trey Tucker, Naylor, Besh, Thornton, which some people think they're not even gonna make the team.
Mm.
Benson, that's 5. Who else? So
Remember
we got
Derek
room.
Young?
Derek Young. Okay. So that's the fight for that last 6th position. DJ Turner, Derek Young. What about Jackson? Shedrick Jackson.
Yeah. That's why a lot of those guys it's going to be that wide receiver is going to be a real tough competition. Because again, when you start looking at obviously Naylor's safe. You think about all the guys that they brought in. Benson is fairly safe because he was drafted. And again, we're looking for Besh and Thornton to step up. I'm looking at 6.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to keep about 6. And so I guess that's one of those things that we're going to just have to see during the playoff. I mean, in the preseason, and even with that, I think it's more to it to make the team than what you put on the film in preseason. It's a little bit more to it than that. But I don't know. I don't know because it could be any one of them guys. It could be Turner. It could be Shedrick Jackson. It could be the wide receiver from Indiana. Like, what's his name? Like one of Mendoza wide receivers.
Oh, he's gone. They waived him.
Oh, they waived him?
Brady?
Oh.
Yeah, he was part of the
first
wave.
Yeah, oh, yeah, well. Yeah, so I don't know.
But to be honest with you, the Brady guy, he pretty much was coming in just to be a special teams guy. So, he wasn't really. Oh no, there's more than one Indiana guy, right? There's the other. What's dude's name? Oh, EJ.
That's what I was thinking of, EJ.
EJ Williams. He's still around. Like he might honestly, he might just be practice squad. Because remember, Derek Young, people don't realize that Derek Young, they brought him in free agency from the Seahawks.
Then Philip Dorsett, he's an elder statesman in there. He's on there. He might not make it. So Derek Young is probably the favorite. Cedric Jackson, DJ. It's gonna be tough for that last position, I think. But unless you move out Dante Thornton or Jack Besh, but I'm not seeing that. That part that I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing that.
No.
I'm not seeing that.
They're I'll say it like this, and I hope you guys can get it. They're on the bubble, but they're not on the bubble.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying? Like
right.
they're almost lightweight safe.
Right.
Already. Unless we bring in, you know what I'm saying? Because again, we also have to factor in that after training camp or whatever, there's going to be some free agency guys that get cut, or guys that didn't go to camp that were vets that just didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some vets that don't want to go to camp, you know what I'm saying? Like they join
right.
They joined the team right after camp, you know what I'm saying? So who knows what wide receiver, like a big name wide receiver or a guy that has a name that is out there veteran wise that might see his way on a roster.
Yeah. Did any of you guys get any of these memberships gifted? Because I don't know exactly how that worked. I think they randomly picked some people. Yeah. I don't know. Did any of you guys get the membership? I'm just curious. And shout out to Sacktown Raider Mike too for his super chat tonight too. I really appreciate that. Like beyond what you guys understand. Like I'm gonna show you my appreciation through the work that I put into this. Yeah, I was wondering if anybody got any of the memberships. So Frank Webb said 5, maybe 6. May Spitfire, Dylan. That's all I could think of. Spit hot fire. It's 6 or 7 wins for us. I think that's fair. I think 6 or 7 wins are fair. I think if Kirk Cousins come out here and act up, though, I think we can get like 7 of them, maybe 8. If cousin Kirk come out here acting up, I really think so. So Webb says, well, actually, J-Ro is the sponsor tonight. His super chat is $25. Let me change that. He says, wide receiver is going to be a battle. No guarantees anywhere. Really. There is no really guarantees other than Trey Tucker and Naylor.
Yeah. Those guys are solidified. Naylor and Trey Tucker for sure. They'll be on the roster. Everybody else is, like I said, the second tier of solidifieds would be like Jack Besh and Dante Thornton.
Yeah, I'm not worried about those two though. I'm not as worried as maybe a lot of people are.
And I was on Dante Thornton last year.
I think he was cool. I just don't think we had time to get him the ball. I just don't think we had the time to really throw deep passes. We were having a hard enough time throwing intermediate passes.
Mm.
And those were getting jumped by defenders. We was getting all our passes jumped like they knew our playbook.
Because they did.
Hmm. And our O line, I don't see how we don't go from a 32nd or 31st O line to at least starting at 20. I just don't see how we don't start at 20 just based on what I see what we have. Because it's funny, like our quarterback room was trash last year. Like it was trash, right? Geno Smith was the epitome of the room, like, and that says so much. I don't hate him as much because I understand why he didn't perform to the level he could have. But that whole wide quarterback room was trash. And now we probably got the best, if not top two or three in the whole NFL. Same thing with the wide receiver position. Like we can kind of upgrade that position too. And I mean, O line, excuse me. I think we can go from the bottom to the middle fairly quickly because we weren't as bad as we displayed on the field. And then we went and got the likes of a Tyler Lindenbaum. That's just going to make the guards play better. I think JPJ is going to be cool because he knows where he's going to play. He doesn't have to try to do too much to get the adulation of the coaches. They see him. They know who he is. I mean, it's only like a lot of us talking about they're going to trade him. We have Colton Miller. Yeah, rolled his ankle. You know, those aren't like super bad injuries. Those are not like that bad. Like, so
Mm.
he could have came back, but it just wouldn't have made sense. So just get totally healthy. We legit have three solidified starters, and DJ Glaze, he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I mean, like I gotta give him his props. He was the only one that played all the games last year. Sure, he did get beat for a lot of sacks or whatever, but a lot of people, like myself, we're going to blame the coach. Well, I'm going to blame the coaches before I start blaming him so much. Sure, he has some culpability in it, but I don't think he's as bad as he advertised last year. And I think Coach Kubiak will be able to use him better this year. And then, we have Caleb Rogers and we have Charles Grant. I don't know why people are so high about those two when they played under the same coach as glazing them. I don't know how y'all saw goodness in those two and didn't see it in anybody else. I think they're going to have to fight their way, but I think they're even competent with the right coaching. So I just think we haven't matured as a team yet.
Yep.
I just think we haven't matured as a team. So what are you thinking about uh, us being a middle tiered offensive line, or at least starting at the 20?
I think so. I think, like you said, the combination of, who we had on the roster plus the upgrades, um, along with coaching, I think we're going to take definitely a jump. I think we can't be at the bottom anymore.
It's hard to go.
The only way that I see that is if it's like an injury situation where, you know, if things are just guard goes down, tackle goes down. Now we're just trying
Right.
to, throw bodies out there. But
Well, we have the bodies because we got Trey Zoon in them, but then it's just going to take time for them to gel together.
yeah,
And it's going to take them that time anyway. It's going to take that. We need them to gel together, but I mean, to at least not look like last year. It looked like we couldn't block nobody.
right.
It looked like we wasn't trying to block nobody. Like nobody knew who to block. I literally saw people running right in, like how do you supposed to block the guy ahead of you, but then combo block this guy and let this guy run right by you. I'm talking about Jordan Meredith, supposed to be the smartest guy on the
Right.
line. I just don't see us being that guy last year.
Mhm.
Much respect to you too, my brother. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I appreciate you. Make sure if you're on my channel and you're not subbed to Raider Twines, we trying to get him to his monetization as well. I mean, we're gonna get it done this season for sure because it's gonna be an exciting season. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on for him as well.
Let me say this real quick. If you guys want to help me get to monetization, hit me on IG. There's something
Okay.
specifically I need for you guys to do.
Okay. Okay. I need to find out too because I want to help you get there. I want to help you get there. I'll tell you. I mean, you can tell me when we get off
Yeah.
off the line. So overall, man, I'm feeling really good about what I'm seeing. I'm excited. I'm juiced. I really want to see what we do with the wide receiver core, but like I said, if we could scheme these wide receivers open, kind of like Edelman and Wes Walker and them,
Mhm.
where it's not just that we're targeting Bowers, because I'm telling you, overusage is going to get him injured. Knock on wood, if you're with me. I don't want him to. I don't. I really don't. And I don't think it's necessarily this year, but I'm just saying, if you keep overusing him and he's the main person who's getting 100 targets and the other receivers are getting 50 and 40, and that's going to be an issue because the defense ain't going to keep letting that happen. We need Tucker to be able to get 100 targets, Naylor to get 50, 60 targets, Mayer to get some targets, Besh get some first down, some targets. DT maybe not as much, but we need him to stretch the field with his speed and stretch the field and keep the safeties honest, so that way the spacing on the floor is there,
Mhm.
on the field is there. Yep. So that's where I'm at with that. So you got anything else, brother? I mean, we coming up on the 3 hour mark. I mean, I appreciate you guys to come in because uh, I've been having problems ever since the monetization. I've been having issues with visibility, the impressions. I don't know what happened with that. So I'm trying to break through that too. So I appreciate all you guys for pulling up for sure and hacking in. So without further ado, do you have anything? How I like for you to finish it.
You know what? I'm gonna take lead of our GM. Control the controllables.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? There's certain things in life that you can control, and there's certain things that you can't control. The things you can control them. If it's losing weight, that's something controllable. Change your diet. Maybe not drink as many sodas. Change it to some water. Exercise. That's something you can control. Now, the things that you can't control, I hope that you have a greater power and a greater source, because that's when you can lean on to your God or God. In my specific reason, I'm just telling you what works for me. That's when you lean on God to help you with the things you can't control. And if you can control the controllables and allow God to handle the things you can't control, you'll realize that you'll have peace that surpasses all understanding. So control the controllables. God bless you.
Yeah, I love that. And you can control your stress level. You control your attitude. You can control how you handle things. You can control your reaction. You can control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not really much more I want to say because you really hit the nail on the head with that. And I want to thank you guys for hacking into the show. Thank you for your love. We want to thank you for your love, your patience. We want to thank you for your loyalty. And you already know there's one nation. It's the Raider Nation. All day, every day. Because I'm a Raider. He's a Raider. You're a Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Now let's go get a championship in this near future. You feel me?
I'm a Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Rest in peace to Al Davis.